Front Broadcasting Sports.
Four receivers out right side of the field on that far side. Lounsbury will take the snap. Draws back to pass. Now he floats it with the man. Stanley. Punt. Touchdown. Governors. An extra point away from a tie.
It's time for Pierre Governor playoff action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Beck Motors, Branding Iron, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Ferding Electric, and River Bottom Sanitation.
Coming out the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side. Down to the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
Pierre Governors are also brought to you by American Family Insurance, Brittany Schaffelbein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, Kruger Climate Systems, First National Bank, and Wagner Auto.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the Dome. The Governors. Score was 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And now to the booth for the call with the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
Home away from home. Pierre Governors are back in Vermillion for the 11 AA state championship as they take on the Yankton Bucks here this evening as they're looking for their 8th title in their last 9 tries, as the Governors have been here 9 straight years as they take on the Yankton Bucks here tonight. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And Blake, the video this morning on the Governor Facebook page was "Mama, I'm coming home," and I mean this feels like home for this Governor team. The expectation is to be here every year, but the expectation is always to win every year. And this Governor team has really found their form. We see it every year, but something about this team feels like they've found their form even more so than teams of years past.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for this Pierre Governor football team to make it 8 in 9 years if they're able to win tonight, John. And going back and doing the math, this is the 11th time in 13 years total that the Governors have been to the Dakota Dome. You know, they've won 9 of those times, they've won 8 of those times, hoping to make it 9 here tonight. But you think about just since the creation of the 11 AAA class, Pierre has been at the finish line all but 2 years, basically, since the creation of the 11 AAA class. And here we are again tonight after a season where, like you said, the Pierre Governors this year really had, their work cut out for them. They had both starting quarterback, starting running back, and one of their starting offensive tackles on the offensive side of the ball, all out to season-ending injuries, 2 of them on the exact same play. And yet they're still here. They still end up at the Dakota Dome. Resilient group of young men that we have on the field wearing the road whites tonight for Pierre against a very, very good Yankton Bucks squad who is the #1 team in the standings coming into tonight wearing home red tonight in the Dakota Dome. So this is going to be a really fun matchup. But like you said, really, really fun to be back here. This is the 4th year that we've gotten to do this together, and you can always almost pencil it in with as successful as this Governor coaching staff and this Governor football team has been basically over the last decade.
This matchup here, the Governors are trying to avenge their 2 11 AA losses. They did so last Friday against the Huron Tigers on the road, and now it still technically would be a road game because they're the visitors on the scoreboard. Yankton's only a half an hour drive. Pierre's a 4-hour drive. We're probably going to see just as many Pierre fans, if not more than what you see Yankton fans, as we are accustomed to here at the Dakota Dome. But an opportunity to be the road team and be the underdog. Pierre's not the underdog in any game they play. And Coach Steele might try and say that they're the underdog, but let's be real. Every time Pierre steps on the field, they feel like they're also the favorite. They might talk about the underdog, but they feel like they're the favorite going in. But this matchup against Yankton, the passing game can be very big. Both Yankton and Pierre throw the ball really well. It might come down to who has the better rushing attack. And Sadlacek for the Yankton Bucks have been very good and has been very good as of late. But the Pierre Governors have Jaron Deal, who was catching touchdown passes in Yankton back in week 4 of the season or week 5 of the season. And now here he's going to be running the football quite a bit with Porter Hunsley. It's a whole different look for Yankton to be ready for this team tonight.
It is. And this is a team that, really hasn't made a whole lot of changes as far as the Yankton Bucks are concerned from what the Governors saw in week 4. Obviously, Jace Sedlacek has really kind of built on every single game that he's played, and he's playing his best football at the end of the season, which is exactly what you want to see if you're a Yankton Buck fan. But this is an entirely different backfield than Yankton saw in week 4. 2 sophomores back there tonight for the Pierre Governors. Jaron Deal, quarterback wearing number 1. Like you said, he was a wide receiver in week 4. And Porter Hunsley was only playing defense in week 4. He's going to be your starting tailback here tonight for the Govs. Sophomore squad in the backfield for the green and white for Coach Steve Steele. And to your point earlier, John, I don't think that there has, and maybe I can count it on a handful of times on one hand, that Pierre has been the underdog in the game where, on paper, where you think, okay, the other team is probably better than the Pierre Governors. And the last time that I can remember that happening was a year or 2 ago when Brandon Valley came into Pierre, where all 5 guys on their offensive line averaged about 285 pounds. This Yankton Buck team, obviously not that big. And so I think in a game like this, it's going to come down to coaching. And obviously you've got 2 of the best in a Class 11 AA in Brady Muth for Yankton and Steve Steele for Pierre. So this is a heck of a matchup. It's exactly where you want to be. Where else would you want to be on a Friday night? It's the state championship game here at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion.
Boy, the last time the Pierre Governors haven't played on a Friday night, the state championships played Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon. That's the only time in the last 9 years that they haven't been playing on a Friday night. And here again, in Vermilion, an opportunity for the Pierre Governors to try and get their 8th title in 9 straight attempts here at the Dakota Dome and in the 11AA state championship. We've got long conversation with both coaches. It's going to be a fun conversation with both Coach Brady Muth and Steve Steele. And we're going to have those coming up next. We're about 27 minutes away from close to being at kickoff. We're still probably about a half an hour away from kickoff right now. But that is coming up here next. We'll talk with both coaches back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football and the state championship 11AA here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in central South Dakota. As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Join me as Coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks as we get set for the 11AA State Championship here tonight between the Governors and the Bucks. And Coach, an opportunity to face this Pierre team again. You know, you go way back to the end of September when you guys played in Yankton, end up with a 35-28 win. Now, it's an obvious question of asking, you know, what's changed by the Governors, because it's pretty obvious just by without even watching a play from them, the different personnel. But when you look at this team over the last couple of weeks, what really stands out to you about what this Pierre Governor team is different going into the Dome?
Well, I think obviously the number one is just personnel changes. Change at quarterback makes a big change with a lot of things with the way people operate on a football team, and so that obviously is the one big glaring change. But to be totally honest with you, you know, when you compete against Pierre earlier on in the season and you play them later on in the playoffs, things have changed. The Coach Steele and his staff do a really good job of making sure that his team is primed and ready to go in the playoffs. And the identity of that team is completely different of what it was when we played them back in September. And so you have to make sure that you're ready for that. You cannot use the same game plan.
You guys beat Spearfish in round one, Sturgis in round two. Your biggest takeaway from what stood out to you, what Yankton did really well in those two games to get wins?
Right. The big thing, I think, evaluating us, you know, pre-playoff, post-playoff, is we've made an added intention to make sure that we're playing better defense and running the football better. And that definitely showed up in both of those games. And so from that point of view, there are some objectives that we kind of said we wanted to make sure that we met before we got to the playoffs, and we checked those boxes off. I think we are running the football better. I think we're playing better defense now than we were just 3 weeks ago. But that being said, I mean, a lot of those things, if you're not playing exceptional football in all three phases of the game, and you're playing Pierre in the playoffs, you're going to be in a tight spot. And so a more concerted effort towards defense and running the football, but you know, there's a lot of things that we've been focused on to try to get better, but those are the two main things.
And you kind of answered it already, and I should ask this before talking about the playoffs too, but your big change, what really stands out to you that when you look at film, and maybe you didn't really pick up a whole lot of film from back in September now, and you've been more just recently, but what stands out to you about your team that's been better, that's been changed since the first time you saw the Pierre Governors?
Yeah, the first game we played them, we had a lot of injuries in that game, and so just getting some, number ones are number one for a reason. So getting those guys back on the field makes a big difference. The second thing is I think in our offensive line and the rotation that we have there, I think that after, especially the Pierre game, but I'll tell you really after we played Sturgis, there was a little bit of some changing and some guys settling in, and the offensive line that we're playing with right now, I think is playing at a high level, and they're playing very physical football. So I would say that would be a big change. And then on the other side, our defensive front, we were short a linebacker. The last time we played Pierre, we've got a healthy linebacking core, and that defensive line, a lot like the offensive line, guys have really settled into their roles, and that's allowed our defensive line to play at a higher level here, especially in the last fourth of the season. And so, for both teams, there's been an awful lot of changes that have taken place from that first game.
Can talk with Coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks as we get set for the 11AA State Championship. You guys were in the spot a couple of years ago in the state championship game in Vermilion. It is a loud environment, and obviously Yankton travels really well and will be tonight with only a half-hour drive from Yankton over Vermilion. Pierre drives really well, and inside a dome, all of that makes the crowd noise that much more louder and the environment that much better too. But how noisy it is compared to a normal high school football game that's outside, even with as good of a crowd as Yankton has, as good a crowd as Pierre has, when you get inside a dome, it's 10 times louder. how important is, the maybe the signals, maybe the communication? How important is the communication on the offensive line so you don't have pre-snap penalties, that you do know where everybody needs, where they need to go? How important is that communication to have, especially early on when you're trying to get in the flow of the game and hearing how loud that environment's going to be?
Yeah, it's huge, and that's one thing that we've worked on throughout the week. For a big portion of the week, we practice at Crane Youngworth, which is our game field, and I live right by there, and it's right in my backyard. But like Tuesday morning, we practiced at 8 a.m, and we had crowd noise cranked up real high. So I'm sure none of my neighbors are real pleased with me, but it's something that we've taken into account. No different than the climate in the dome. It's going to be warmer, and with the temperatures getting up in the 70s on Friday, the temperature in the dome gets warm, and I know this from playing there too. That affects cramping and hydration, and so there's all sorts of little nuances that you've got to pay attention to and make sure that you're cleaning up before you get to the game, and we've made sure that we're on top of all those things, just so that there's no questions left to be answered by the time the ball kicks off.
And again, it's kind of an obvious question because every team wants to have good balance when you're on offense, being able to pass and run the football. But your receiving core is very good and is one of the best in the state. And Pierce probably would want to say the same thing about their receiving core. But your guy in the backfield is Lachek, who is really good at running. Bestie runs well. LaCroix runs well. All those guys that run the football well. How key is that in a state championship game of being able to be balanced, but get guys in the flow of the game early on? Again, being able to be balanced, how important that is.
It's huge. The main reason it's a big deal is because it speaks to the level of the physicality you're playing with. You're not the more physical football team, you're not going to be able to run the football. And so our number one objective before we talk about any goals with yardage is to be the most physical football team on the field. That's number one. And your run game is evidence of that. And so from that point of view, that's why the run game is paramount, especially in what we're trying to do. But you're never going to achieve any kind of balance if you can't do everything well. And if you can't run the football well, you're not going to be able to throw the football well. Last game out in the semifinal game, we ran for over 200 and we threw for over 200. And so you can say that's balance. I think, the hit chart, I would like to be a little bit more balanced, and I think Tate's done a really good job of making sure that we spread the ball around to all of our receivers. He's making sure that he's working through progressions, but none of that works unless you're physical up front and can run the football. And so for us, establishing a physical style of play and running the football early is going to be very important.
And then a couple more questions here. And then on the defensive side of being able to stop the run and the pass and try and make Pierre one-dimensional, as much as you can. What again, you're not going to give away your game plan. I don't want to know what your game plan either. But how do you kind of handle that? What's kind of the things to be able to handle something like that?
Well, the one thing that makes Pierre very good is that Coach Steele does a great job of making sure that his best players are put in a position to beat our best players. And the game plan, when it really boils down to it, is beating your man one-on-one, doing your 1/11th. And so, the thing that is really, really tough about Pierre's offense, especially when they have a hyper-mobile quarterback like they do right now, is that they can put you into situations where you have to play coverage, and then that empties the box and allows them to run the football. And so the people that we have matched up with that person the ball in their hands, they have to make sure athletically that they can match them and get them on the ground. And so for us on defense, that's going to be a key part, making sure that we understand what the matchups are that we have to win in those certain situations, depending on formation, and making sure that we are tough enough to win those one-on-one battles. And Pierre, because of what they do offensively, puts you in a lot of tight spots. Coach Steele does a really good job of making sure that you trying to win your 1/11th is as hard as it can be.
All right, we'll wrap up with this question. This is going to be a fun game for any fan of football, but let's hear the biggest key for the Yankton Bucks to get the win tonight to win the 11AA state championship.
We have to be the more physical football team, and that has to be the mindset going into it, making sure that we're doing the ones pushing people around. The second thing is we have to limit big plays. when you get in a game with Pierre, they do a very good job of dialing up shot plays. We have to make sure that we're geared up and ready for that shot when it shows up, because every game they're going to dial up about 5 shot plays that you have to be on your toes ready to go, and you cannot take that play off. And that is, in any game you're in with Pierre, is a big part of it, is limiting their big plays. And then the last thing what I talked about is just winning your 111th. I don't want to sound redundant, but we have to make sure that we beat the man across from us every single play. We can do that. We got a shot.
Coach, hey, I appreciate the time. It is fun talking to you again. It's going to be a fun matchup tonight. Can't wait for it. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
That is head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks. We'll return with more of the pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs. You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank. The entire team at Carson Erickson Roofing sends our heartfelt thanks to our local veterans. You stand for service and reliability. We strive to bring the same standard to every roof we install. Carson Erickson Roofing. Protect your home today. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Join me as Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors. It is the state championship pregame show as the Govs take on the Yankton Bucks here for the second time this year, second time in the last 3 years that the Govs and Bucks will meet in the Dakota Dome here later on tonight. Coach, Dome week, it's a hectic week for coaches, for players. It's a fun week for coaches and players. Getting ready for this game in particular this year, what's the most exciting part about getting ready for this contest tonight?
Yeah, I think that's it's always a fun week. We enjoy it. I know there's probably community members that don't always enjoy the music going loud in the evenings, but it's always just a fun week to prepare, and something different because you're preparing for a totally different environment. And it's beautiful weather we had all week, but it's still not the weather of the Dome. It's still not as hot as it is in here. The noise is always a factor in the Dome, and so it's just it's a lot of extra. It's a lot of fun to prepare for. But this is one of those ones where it's a little bit of a revenge or redemption game, and we were able to get one last week, and we want to be able to get it out again today, and hopefully then we've satisfied and beat everybody in AA.
Yeah, you're not picking and choosing who you want to play. It's just who's in front of you. But the guys are very excited to play Huron last week, and because they get a chance to avenge it. And if you would have played Sturgis this week, you'd have been just as excited to play them in the championship as you are to play Yankton here tonight. But there is that extra motivation. I don't know, motivation is probably not the right word, because as championship week there shouldn't be any extra motivation, but the extra thing in there of trying to avenge a loss that makes these guys excited to be able to face Yankton again.
Yeah, there's definitely you sense that all week, and again we felt we didn't play a great game. We left a lot of points on the table, especially in the first half. Defensively we started very, very slow. We've got to be better to start the game, and then continually build like we did back in September, but hopefully with a much better start.
Yeah, and you mentioned it too. September is when you guys played, and obviously that has happened in different postseasons with different teams that you play them early in the season, you play them late. It happened last week because you played Huron early September and played them in November. But, this team for Yankton, they've after seeing them in week 4, week 5 of the season at the end of September to now watching them on film and getting ready for them, what stands out that maybe is different about this Yankton team now?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be a very challenging opponent. Number 16's played a little bit more quarterback. They've done some more Wildcat with him these last few weeks, just as a change up to 10 back there. And, he definitely adds another element. He's something that you've got to worry about. They've run a couple kind of interesting sets with a diamond look and some of these other deals that just a challenge to prepare for. It's an oddball type thing. Yankton's, they did that to us a couple years ago in the playoffs in the semifinal at home where they came out and they had tackles on the numbers and were kind of spread out all over the place. So, that we know that they've got a lot of athletes out there on the field on both sides of the ball. And we've just got to make sure that we're able to line up accordingly on our defense and offensively. We've got to be able to force ourselves into the matchups we want.
And then this Pierre team, obviously, you've been able to readjust your offense after injuries, after things that kind of went haywire in a couple of matter of plays against Spearfish. You've restructured the offense and it has exploded for a lot of points in the last 5 games. But there's still stuff left in the bag that we might see tonight that we haven't seen all season. But that's kind of the Steve Steele, Pierre Governor offense and just Pierre Governor general and as a team, is that there's still stuff that people haven't seen on film that maybe comes out tonight at some point.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some deep pockets. We'll see when and how much and everything that we pull out, because obviously there's no point in saving it, but at the same point in time it's got to make sense, and I think that we feel good about the different things we have for some different situations, and then it'll just be if those situations arrive, we'll be ready to go with them. If they don't arrive, then I guess it would look really cool on paper and look good in practice.
Well, and this offense again being completely different than what it was when you face Yankton, and the defense for Yankton when you match up against them and look at that on film and kind of game plan it out. What stands out that can be different this time for this offense to be able to score even more? And not that you didn't score, it took a while to start scoring, but you're able to still score 28 points in that game. What maybe stands out to that can be different this game?
Looking back, I mean, we ran 0 plays of empty against them in our first matchup. You could make a compelling argument that we may not run any plays not out of empty here tonight. Will that happen? I don't know. But I mean, I just think in general, we only had a couple empty formations in at that point in the season. We're about half empty formations right now if you look at our play sheet. So, I think we look dramatically different. And just with going empty, kind of having Jaron that can be a runner or a passer back there, it forces you to change and make a few more choices. So we'll see what they choose today, and we'll see how much we have it back in the game.
Yankton's a half-hour drive away from Vermilion, but the fun thing about being at the Dome every single year that you've been in the last 9 is that regardless of how long of a trip it is for any other team, the Pierre Governors make it a loud environment because the fans are there, whether it be feeling like a home game or it's never feeling like a true road game. It's never, being 30 minutes away from Yankton, it should feel like a true road game, but it's not going to with all the fans that are there. How special is it to be able to have half the crowd be in green every single year, but especially this year again against a team that is going to be traveling for 30 minutes to get here?
Yeah, I mean, you saw it in 2019 when we played Brookings and the one game not at the Dome. I mean, Pierre travels so well. The support's always been there, and that's definitely a motivating factor. When the guys are out there for warm-ups, as personally, I guess one of my favorite moments is when they finally open the doors, to the public, and you just see, usually it's the student section that's sprinting down to get the best seats and all that, but that's always just a cool moment, and then you just watch it slowly fill and fill and fill, and then when you come out after warm-ups, back out for lineups and everything, it's such a motivating and cool feeling, looking up and just seeing the amount of green that's always in the stands.
And then also to the game itself, Jaron Deal as the quarterback. He's still pretty fresh. He's had some amazing games. It feels like he's been the quarterback for the last 5 years for the Pierre Governors right now. But it's still going to be his first time playing in the Dome as a starting quarterback. And again, the pressure that comes with being a quarterback. Yes, everybody's going to have pressure, but the pressure of having a quarterback, how important is it for him to get some positive yards in a rush and then also complete an early pass to get him to kind of settle in? It looks like he's pretty calm, cool, and collective all the time. He's not, when he comes up for interviews, I can't rattle him at all either. But how important is it for him to just kind of lower that blood pressure a little bit and get into the flow of the game?
I'd say with a lot of kids, I'd be a little worried about that. But he's just such an even keel kid. He could throw a game-winning touchdown and you might get a fist pump, or maybe two, But you saw that kind of on film after the opening touchdown to Carter last week. It was a subtle little fist pump, and it was like, hey, that's my job. I went out and did my job. Let's go back and get ready to do it again, So and I think that's great about him because, he doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. He doesn't waste a lot of energy on the emotion. Again, there's going to be plenty of energy that can be wasted on an emotion in a Dome game. So I feel very comfortable with just his personality. I think that no matter what happens, he's not going to get so high that he's bouncing off the walls on the sideline. He's not going to get so low that he's not going to be out there ready to make the next play.
And then defensively, too, this Pierre team has always been tough defensively, but being able to maybe get a stop early on, or even if you don't get a stop early on, for guys to kind of, again, not let the emotions get too high or too low in a state championship game, because like you said, it's easy with the environment that is there. It's easy to be way too high or way too low very, very quickly. For this defense to be able to be steady Eddie throughout this entire game against this Yankton offense that can go fast, that might go slow, that might change everything up, what needs to happen?
Yeah, they just really got to communicate well. I think the more focused you are on the task at hand, the more that you're communicating with your teammates in the sideline, the less everything else gets to you. And I think, it's an old saying, it's just another game. It's not. It's really not. But the more that you focus on the little things of communication, getting lined up and all that, the more it becomes just another game when you're on the field.
And final question. Biggest key overall tonight for the Pierre Governors to get that 8th title in the last 9 years?
Yeah, I think it's going to be winning the big play battle. I think they've got a lot of big weapons that they can really stretch the field and do some things with. We've got the same. Last week we felt it was a red zone thing. This week, red zone's always important, but I think this week's going to be the battle of big plays. If we can win the big play battle, I think we'll be happy at the end.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always, and again with the state championship, it's going to be impossible to get a pregame or a postgame interview with you. So regardless of how the night goes, I appreciate always coming in and talking before the games, and appreciate all the extra help that you are every single season. And good luck tonight.
Thanks, John.
As head coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, back with more of the pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Can you tell the difference when a place really cares about the food? My eggs were perfectly cooked this morning, and their burger for lunch, unbeatable. It's that old school quality. Branding Iron Bistro feels like home, but with much better cooking. It's my little midday vacation. Escape the ordinary. Join Pam and hundreds of happy customers at Branding Iron Bistro. We serve breakfast and lunch daily. Branding Iron Bistro. Quality branded right.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
One place to go.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. They really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all We need more qualified high school officials here in South Dakota. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
As we welcome you back, it is 7 o'clock at KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. The starting lineups are being announced. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. We'll go through some of those starting lineups. We'll first start with the Pierre Governors, their offense. Quarterback Jaron Deal lead the team out. The sophomore, 6 foot, 150-pound, 160-pound sophomore. His tailback will be Porter Hunsley, the 6 foot sophomore. 2 sophomores in the backfield. And the receivers are senior Lincoln Dilges, junior Carter Shufflebine, and junior Hudson Stosher. And of course, that big tight end, the 6'6" frame of the junior Cooper Terwilliger. The offensive line will be Colton Cass, Max Schmitz, Bryson Wallman, Max Bogenhagen, and Spencer Olivier. There's 2 of the 5, Cass and Bogenhagen, are both seniors for the Governors in the offensive line. Defensively for the Governors, it will be Max Bogenhagen, Devin Binger, and Max Schmitz on the defensive line. Lincoln Schoenhardt and Hudson Schaefer are the outside linebackers. The middle linebackers are Sam Larson and Will Eilers. Logan Whitty and Aiden Beam are the 2 corners. The free safety is Sutton Sonnenschein, and the strong safety is Porter Hunsley, as there are a total of 4 seniors on this starting defense for the Pierre Governors. On the offensive side for the Yankton Bucks, they will have their quarterback Tate Bestie along with Jason Sedlacek in the backfield. Edley Amaro is the starting halfback as well, but they are going to really want to pass the ball. Use Sedlacek to run the football, pass it to a lot of different guys. Abe O'Brien and Cale Hazelhorst are the 2 receivers. The slot receivers, Owen Eisness, and from left to right, the offensive line, Austin Conway, Jake Walter, the center, Ben Bowman, then the right guard is Peyton Eustace, and the right tackle is Drace Gaskins. Defensively for the Yankton Bucks, that defensive line is Talon Kenny and Ellie Amaro, with the nose tackle in Drace Gaskins, along with also the defensive tackle and William Guzman Ugowski. The inside linebackers are Madden McQuaid and Easton Feezer. The strong safety is Tegan LaCroix. The free safety is Cale Hazelhorst. And the 1 corner that is listed is Miles Drossman, and their rover is Brennan Gilmore as well. Excuse me, another corner is Carter Boozma, wearing number 1. So those are your starting lineups for both these teams. They've just announced the officials as well. We're about to have national anthem. We're going to be, they said kickoffs is at 7:07. We got 5 minutes to get kickoff. We got 5 minutes for the introduction of the color guard, the national anthem, the game ball, the coin toss. Not sure we're going to be starting at 7:07.
I don't think we will be either. It'll be probably at least another 10 minutes would be my guess.
But we will pause. We'll keep it here for the playing of the national anthem as the color guard is out here at midfield. If you're watching, and you can be watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as you can see the color guard here for this ball game, and the game ball will be delivered after the national anthem, coin toss. Everything will be coming up here shortly. We're going to keep it here for the singing of our national anthem.
Madison Brand, Aaron Ellis, Jasmine Erickson, Xavier Rubin, Sam Lee, Abby Schmidt, Riley Stosky, and Harper Leibnister. This evening, our national anthem will be sung by Jocelyn Lee from Freeman High School under the direction of Iwona Luder. Following the national anthem, please remain standing until the colors have been retired. Football fans, our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars.
So as we start to get ready for this contest, the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks, the 11 AA state championship. I want to remind you, for complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school football championships, visit stpb.org/football. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. And that is how we are able to bring you the game on YouTube at KCCR Sports, like we have done all season long. And we hope that you at least have us on somehow, some way. Whether maybe you have the SDPB video up, but you can still have us on. It's perfect. You can get both live stream everything, pause everything until you get to that certain point, and then you can start up the game, and everything will flow exactly how you want it to be.
Yeah, sync us up. It's really, really gracious of SDPB to allow us to broadcast not only on the airwaves of KCCR, but over YouTube as well for KCCR Sports. Very gracious of SDPB. We're going to have the coin toss here between the captains for Yankton and the captains for Pierre at midfield.
And of course, as you can see, the black jersey is out there. The game ball is being delivered as well, but the black jersey for Aiden Van Balen. As a special moment, his younger brother got to run the Governors out from the locker room onto the field. Gives you chills, gets you a little teary-eyed as well. And you know, the Governors have been playing. We've talked about with a lot of these guys as the season has gone along, what it means to play for Aiden and for a teammate that's no longer with them, but has been watching them play from one of the best spots that you can ever be to watch a football game. He's got a good seat for tonight's game as well. I know that they want him on the field with them here tonight, at least on the sideline, but in their hearts, he's been with them this whole season.
He really has, and you know, tragically lost his life before the start of the season, but what a cool moment for his younger brother to be able to lead the Governors out onto the dome turf here in Vermilion tonight. Like you said, just really, really, really cool moment for him and for that family, and again, just puts into perspective how precious and fragile life is.
The coin toss just about to take place. We'll see if we can pick up our referee for tonight. One more of there. Here looks like they're going to take the football. They won the toss, so they will take it. And you also see Caleb Lounsbury, who's in shorts and obviously without pads. You mentioned it, Blake, before we took the commercial break, as we'll be quick with it, but a lot of guys have gone down, a lot of seniors have gone down with injuries, and it's still a special moment for these guys to be able to walk on the field at least one more time.
Yeah, nice to see Caleb out there at midfield taking the coin toss, like you mentioned. He was the starting quarterback week 1. Carter Merrill took the majority of the carries for the Governors as well, starting tailback for a big chunk of the season. Another senior that was lost to season-ending injury along with Caleb, and then Tucker Ott, lineman on starting offensive and defensive line, lost to injury earlier this season as well. But a cool moment to see Caleb out there taking the coin toss at midfield for his last game wearing Governor Green.
So the Governors will get the ball first. They will go from left to right on your radio dial, across your TV screen, however you're consuming our game today on your mobile device. Whatever it is, they're going from left to right, and they're looking for their 8th state championship in the last 9 years. It is littered with red. Hard to see exactly how many Yankton fans are over there. It's a lot, but it's hard to see exactly how many fans are over there because they're all wearing red. There's a lot of Governor Green in front of us here, and it's going to be a loud environment from the start of this game all the way throughout. And if it's not, I feel pretty good about the Governors getting the state championship if it's not going to be loud in the 4th quarter. That's how, if it's going to go one way in a bad way, it's going to go in the good way for the Pierre Governors. That's my prediction. But we are ready to go for the state championship. 12 minutes are on the clock. Doing the kicking will be Liam Villanueva. Back deep. Governors with several different guys. We'll see what the kickoff is. We've seen a lot of squib kicks so far in the state championships, and Villanueva will kick this one deep as we are underway. It'll be taken by Scheffelbein up the middle of the field. He will break free to the 35-yard line, and the Governors will have great field position to get this ball game underway.
Yeah, tackle made by number 15, Miles Drotzman at the 35, but Good return there by Scheffelbein to start for the Governors here. 1st and 10 from their own 36 is where they're going to spot the football.
Jaron Deal's throw for 789 yards this season. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Carter Scheffelbein, basically you'd say 100 yards, and he'll have the school record for season single receive. It's like 97. But if he has a monster day, we might see him tackle an all-state record. Deal will get the empty backfield to have that first play from scrimmage from the 36-yard line. He'll drop back to pass, looking for that first play, but he is going to be sacked. The first sack will come from number 11 in Edley Amaro. And we have not seen that very often from this Governor team. We don't see a lot of sacks, a lot of negative plays for the Governors. That's a big first negative play for the Yankton Bucks.
Yeah, and throughout the rest of this game, John, I think you're going to see a double team on Edley Amaro because he is an explosive athlete off the edge. He causes a lot of problems. Big, lanky defensive end, very quick first step, and he beat the left tackle for the Pierre Governors and Colton Cass on that play and got to Jaron Deal. Jaron didn't see him coming off his blind side. Big loss on first down.
2nd and 17, loss of 7. Be a design run here for Deal. He's going to try and get up the middle of the field. He will get to the 44-yard line before he is taken down. So the Governors get most of those yards back and then make it 3rd and manageable here as Deal will get to the 42 is where they'll officially spot him. So it turns into a gain of about 13, and it's now 3rd down and 4 for the Governors.
Yeah, nice job by Jaron. He's able to follow his blocks. It looked like a couple of the Yankton their defensive tackles got into the backfield, but a good job of that Governor offensive line getting to that second level, blocking for Jaron. He picks up 13, setting up 3rd and 4 here from their own 42.
4-down lineman with a man in the backfield is Porter Hunsley. They're going to go that way with him to the right side. Deal will get to the 46. He will stiff arm a man, and he will tiptoe down the sideline. He's out of bounds. Passing midfield is a first down for the Governors as they'll get to the Yankton 47-yard line, picking up 11 yards on that 3rd down carry.
I think we're going to see a lot of Jaron Deal runs tonight, John. Thunder and lightning in the backfield is what Coach Steele called both him and Porter Hunsley back there. I think you're going to see a lot of both of them, probably a lot more Jaron Deal. He ran the ball a lot last week against the Huron Tigers, and we'll see if he continues to run the ball as effectively as he did in those last 2 carries tonight.
Empty backfield again here for the Governors. Deal will be flush in the pocket. He'll throw on the run. Terwilliger will make the catch at the sideline. It will be a completed catch. Clock will stop as he got out of bounds at around the 43, and it turns into a gain of 4. And not a bad first throw there for a Deal, and a good catch on the sideline by Terwilliger. And we'll see how much Terwilliger is in this offense. Just 33 receptions, 470 yards, 3 touchdowns. The second most of the team, but going into the season, you thought, oh, Terwilliger is going to be the target every single time. He hasn't necessarily been targeted all the time. He's a great blocker. We'll see here in the state championship how many times do they throw to Cooper Terwilliger. 2nd down and 6, handoff for Porter Hunsley. He's wrapped up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard back to the 44 as he was wrapped up by Easton Feeser. And a loss of 1, and it's 3rd down and long here for the Governors. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 44-yard line. They're going to get to the Yankton 37.
Yeah, nice job there by Feeser to shoot the gap and get into the backfield, stopping Hunsley for a loss of 1. 3rd and 7, we'll see what the Govs do when they spread everybody out. Deal alone in the backfield.
Deal will step back to pass. Pressure is coming. He'll roll to his right, still rolling. Now he'll throw on the sideline, and then it'll be incomplete as he was maybe looking for Scheffelbein or Terwilliger. And it's 4th down, and the Governors going to punt the ball away and play some field position here early on in the first quarter.
I think it looks like they're going to. Another job. This Yankton Buck defensive line is really getting to Jaron Deal. Made him roll out to his right on that play, John. And nice job by the Yankton back end to cover up both Scheffelbein and Terwilliger, the 2 junior targets on that throw from Deal. Deal is back in punt formation, and it looks like number 0 for the Bucks in Owen Eidsness is back to return the punt.
And Deal is their quarterback, so it can't be a fake at any point, but Deal will punt it away with the left foot, and a good punt there. Eidsness will call for the fair catch. It'll bounce its way towards the end zone. Terwilliger diving for it, and the Governors will fall on it inside the 5-yard line to around the 3. And it will be 1st and 10 for Yankton. That's a huge. They're going to spot at the 1-yard line where Terwilliger touched it first. So Yankton will have to go 99 yards. Now, was a couple years ago, the last time we were here, it was on the other side of the field. The Pierre Governors had the football, but you got to expect a shot play at some point from the 1 yard line. Will they go with Sedlacek to try and get out of the back of the end zone or not? But you have to be aware of a shot play right away for Yankton.
You really do, and that's something that Coach Muth talked about earlier this week. About five shot plays we're going to see from both teams.
They will hand it off, trying to get up the middle. Sedlacek, he's got a couple yards on his first carry. And it's going to be a gain of about 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. Sedlacek on the season, he has really started to come on strong for this Yankton team. He has ran for 1,130 yards on the season with a total of 12, make that 8 touchdowns. But 2nd down and 8, gain of just 2. Bestie will look to pass here. He's looking to his right. Pump fake, now throws over the middle. Short pass, catch is made. Ball comes out at the end. Governors fall on it, and do they have the football? They will say it is Governor football. A fumble and a turnover inside the red zone. The catch was made by Abe O'Brien, and he fumbled the football, and the Governors pick it up. Well, there is instant replay, so they can go back and check this, but we'll see if the Governors will have the ball or not. I would expect that they will maybe take a look at it. You can see the replay up on the screen right now, and it's hard for us to where we're at to see if the ball comes out or not. Hudson Schaefer was the one. That ball is out. That ball is completely free. Hudson Schaefer was able to knock it away, and the Governors, they don't have it up yet on who recovered the fumble. Let's see, it will be Sam Larson recovered the fumble, so it's 1st and 10 now for the Governors at the 12-yard line. Need to go just 12 yards. Play action, roll to the right. Deal will throw, looking for Twilliger, makes the catch in traffic, and he's down near the 2-yard line. It's going to be spotted at 3, 2nd down and 1. Shufflebind was over there as well, but a big 9-yard gain on 1st down. The Governors are yards away from cashing in the first score of the ball game.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Porter Hunsley right here, John. This is kind of his territory in goal-to-go situations. Give it to Big Thunder in the backfield, number 14, standing 6 foot, weighing 180 pounds. He is all day back there.
He will hand it to Hunsley. He will get to the end zone. He is in, and the Governors will strike first. 8:20 to go in the first quarter, and Porter Hunsley carries it from 3 yards out, and the Governors lead it 6-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard.
Yeah, just hand him the ball and let him go to work. He is such a violent runner when he gets the ball in his hands, running straight up the gut. That's exactly what they did there. He only needed 1. He got all 3 into the end zone for a touchdown. 6-0 Govs with 8:20 to go in this first quarter, pending the extra point off the foot of Carter Templeton.
Templeton for that extra point to make it a 7-0 lead. Deals the holder. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it will be up the top of the goalpost. 7-0 lead for the Pierre Governors with 8:20 to go here in the first quarter. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
A 2-play drive that went just 12 yards, took 41 seconds off the clock. Porter Hunsley from 3 yards out gets the first touchdown of the ball game, and it's a 7-0 lead. American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean. Jen Brazilius back in the studios. As doing the kicking for the Pierre Governors will be Jacoby LaRush. He will kick things off for the Governors. 2 guys back deep for the Yankton Bucks. 8:20 to go here in the first quarter. Kickoff will be over to the far side of the field, out near the 10-yard line. They will hand it off and go to the far side. And a lot of room up the middle for Tegan LaCroix. He's out to the 45, and he will take it the distance. Yankton has scored on a kickoff return on a trick play, and it is 7-6 just 13 seconds later.
Yeah, that was a handoff. They tried to target the kick returner on the far side of the field on that play, and that kick returner just ran right at the other kick returner. They sent two back deep. He just handed it off to him and then had a convoy of blockers on that far side of the field, and basically there was only one person to be able to stop the returner on that play. It was Jacoby LaRush. Tegan LaCroix had basically a walk-in touchdown from there. Huge momentum swing for the Bucks with 8:07 to go here in this first quarter.
Kevin Ortiz on for the extra points. That kick is up, and it is going to be no good. So the Governors will lead 7-6 with 8:07 to go here in the first quarter. Blake, we see, teams show something that they've never seen at this time of the year, because there's nothing left to hold back. There's no other games where you're not trying to hide anything from film. You know that Coach Muth and the special teams have been practicing that all season. And also, it probably had something to do with, all right, if you see guys going with you, you hand it off. If you don't see guys going with you, you keep it. Everything had to be in the right spot to hand the ball off, and everything worked out well, because it turned into what ends up being, let's see, it says 48 yards returned by Tegan LaCroix, but it was probably, it ended up being about a 90-yard kickoff return, and that's where we sit here at 7-6.
Yeah, that's a play, like you said, that you practice all season long, and maybe the other thing too is they maybe saw something on film that the Governors were, not maybe willing to stay in their lanes on kickoff coverage when the coverage unit was going down the field. And Yankton thought, hey, that's a good play to maybe pull out here at the state championship game. Because like you said, you're not going to leave anything on the table here in the final game of the season. So they absolutely did everything that you would want to see in a state championship game. Handoff on the kick return and a convoy of blockers for Tegan LaCroix going the far length of the field to make it a 1-point lead for the Governors after the mixed extra point by Ortiz.
So here is the kickoff now from Villanueva. 8:07 to go here in the first quarter. This will make its way out towards Schuffelbein, the near sideline. He's out of the near hash. He'll be run into just past the 20-yard line. And the Governors will have to go about 78 yards down the field as they'll get to the 22. With 8:02 to go here in the first quarter. A lot of action. Governors with a punt, a fumble recovery that turned into a quick two-play drive, and then a kickoff return for a touchdown. We've seen it all here, and we've been 4 minutes into this football game.
Yeah, and really to that point, Yankton time of possession might play a factor as this game kind of wears on, because the Yankton defense has been on the field for all but like 2 or 3 offensive plays so far.
As Deal will drop back to pass, he's looking down the field, looking for his man for Schuffelbein, makes the catch, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, touchdown Governors! Schuffelbein makes it 13-6 with 7:52 to go. How about a quick turn of events again? 78-yard strike from Deal to Schuffelbein, and a 7-point lead again for the Governors.
What a strike. And that was one of the strikes that we talked about. Coach Muth said that Pierre's going to take maybe 5 shots a game. You just saw one of them there. 78 yards on a dime from Jaron Deal to Carter Schuffelbein. In stride, didn't have to break it. And when he's one-on-one with a defender, if he gets by you, he's gone. 78-yard touchdown for Carter Schuffelbein. Extra point by Templeton, up and through. 14-6 Governors. There's still 8 minutes left in this first quarter, John. How many more fireworks are we going to get?
I was going to say, you better settle in here, because we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Both these offenses are high-powered, but boy, has it been a quick... Schuffelbein's now only 20-some, he's less than 20 yards away from breaking the Jack Merquan's record of single-season receiving yards in Pierre Governor history. He's now all of a sudden less than 200 yards away. We still got 7:52 to go, by the way. He's less than 200 yards away from breaking the all-state single-season receiving yard record.
Unbelievable. And it's plays like that, especially here at the Dakota Dome, where anything can happen. We saw Jack Merquan set the state record in a championship game with receiving yards. I can't even remember how many it was. It was over 220 if I remember right.
Right, yeah.
But to that point, anything can happen in a game like this. And you just saw basically consecutive plays, 3 consecutive plays almost, apart from the kickoff return by Scheffelbein kind of sandwiched in between there. Almost 3 of 4 plays from scrimmage were scoring plays within the last 4 plays. I mean, that's unheard of. You don't hear of that ever, except at the state championship game in Vermilion between Pierre and Yankton, renewing this rivalry yet again.
13 seconds for the kickoff return, 15-second drive for the Pierre Governors. Time of possession is 2:41-46, and by the way, we've got 3 touchdowns so far, and neither team has possessed the ball for 3 minutes. Here's a onside kick. It'll bounce. It'll be grabbed by the Governors. They've got it back. Pierre's got the ball back and an onside kick from Jacoby LaRoche. Coach Steele says you're going to try some trickery. We're going to throw it right back at you.
What an onside kick by Jacoby LaRoche. He has done that all year long, too. He's an absolute demon on where he wants to put the football. He can put it almost anywhere he wants to on the field. They targeted that, I almost guarantee you. They targeted that spot all week long, and he put it exactly where it needed to be. Huge play, and the Govs get the ball back, and Yankton's defense is back on the field again. So again, we're talking about time of possession. There hasn't even been hardly 4 minutes gone in this first quarter, and Yankton's defense has been on the field for almost all of it.
Aiden Beam was the one to recover the onside kick. Another shot play, wide open. Scheffelbein again makes the catch to the 30, to the 25. He is down to the 21-yard line. That is a big gain of 20 yards, and there is your single-season record for Carter Scheffelbein in receiving. He just took 2 catches. He didn't have anything to do in the first 2 drives of the game, and he's already broke the Jack Berquan's record.
Unbelievable. Again, just goes to show you what an athlete that Carter Scheffelbein is. You get him the ball in open space. If you're not going to guard him, they're going to keep throwing him the football, and that's exactly what happened there. Nobody was within 10 yards of Carter on that catch.
With a man in the backfield, they will toss it to Porter Hunsley on the right side. He's out of the 15 as he'll get out of bounds, and he's got to near another first down as he'll get about 7-8 yards on that first down carry.
Give it to Thunder, and he'll pick up another 7 on that chunk play. Porter is a violent runner when he gets in space, really whenever he touches the football. Got him out in space that time. He's able to basically run over a buck or 2 coming down the near sideline here, and it'll be 2nd and 4, I guess 2nd and 3, a long 3 from the Yankton 14.
Yeah, we'll call it at the 15, make it 2nd and 4 deal. Design run, he hesitates, he'll get the first down as he takes a man, trying to take a man with him. He just moved right through, which was number 5 in Matt McQuaid, and it's a first down for the Governors. Be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line as Deal will move another time into the red zone and into goal to go.
Yeah, and I think maybe you'll look to see kind of what they did last time. Short pass to get them close, kind of like they did to Terwilliger. And then if they are able to get it close to the end zone, or maybe they'll throw a fade up to Scheffelbein, who knows. But if they get it anywhere close to the end zone, you're going to see Porter Hunsley running downhill again.
They will hand it off for Hunsley. He'll go left side. He gets to the 5, to the end zone. Another touchdown for Porter Hunsley. And the Governors lead it 20-16, 20-6. Here in the first quarter, still 6:42 to go in the first.
Or you just give him the ball and let him run for 9 yards. I mean, that's how it goes. Porter, again, and he really didn't even have to run over anybody on that carry. Really well blocked by the offensive line. That left side of the line, Colton Cass, Max Schmitz, Bryson Wallman, the center, opened up a huge hole for Porter on that run, and he's able to walk in almost untouched.
Snap was low. It was picked up. The kick is good, though, by Carter Templeton. 21-6. There's still 6:42 to go. By the way, the Governors were down 21-0 in the game against Yankton. They came back and tied the game up late. They didn't score 21 points until the 3rd quarter. And here we are, 21-6, and we still got half of a first quarter left to go.
Unbelievable. This has been an absolute masterclass by not only the Governor coaching staff, but, execution by the players. Outside of the opening drive where they stalled out and had to punt, huge punt by Jaron Deal, down by Terwilliger at the 1. You force Yankton to try to get it out of the shadow of their own end zone. They're able to do so, but they fumbled the football inside the Governor red zone. Governors cash in from there, and from there it's just been fireworks all over the place. kick return touchdown for LaCroix on the fake handoff. The next play from scrimmage after Scheffelbein takes it out to the 26, or even actually I think it was the 22. A huge pass play over the top from Deal to Scheffelbein, in stride, 78-yard touchdown there. And then the onside kick from Jacoby LaRush. Another huge momentum swing, and the Govs pick it up, and they're able to walk into the end zone. You know, I should look at my stats and see how many plays that was on that drive.
The four-play
drive, and 4 plays later, you're in the end zone. What a master team, and from Coach Steve Steele and his coaching staff.
Took 1 minute and 10 seconds off the clock for that drive. So the Governors now have time possession of 3:51 with 3 touchdowns already. That was their longest drive so far. 46 seconds of offense so far for Yankton, and they still got a touchdown even. This has been, the 11B game, there was I think there was over 80 points being scored. We're almost 30 points in this game. We still got a half of a first quarter to go. We don't have a half a football game. We got half of a first quarter still to go.
This is almost the antithesis of the T-area game first round of the playoffs.
We were just hoping to see points.
Absolutely. I mean, the first quarter was basically gone by the time that the Governors even had their first offensive possession.
Here is now LaRush, another line drive kick, bouncing ball. The ball is on the ground, and there is no chance of return here for the Yankton Bucks, as they will have it at their own 26-yard line, as it was picked up by Carson Krall. And I mean, Coach Slice is running the special teams, and we've seen this with Coach Schleckway. We've seen it with Coach Nathan Nas before, that these coaches, when they get to be a special teams coordinator, they are taking it as serious as an offensive defensive coordinator. They do not like to give up big plays. They want to make a difference in special teams. And Coach Slice is kind of saying, okay, you're going to do that to us. We're going to make you pay for it. And so Sedlacek will get the handoff, and he'll get a good first. That's only a second run, because that's only the 4th play overall for the Yankton Bucks. Actually, the third play.
That was their third play.
That was only their third offensive play. They're going to pick up the tempo here, end up being a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. Another handoff for Sedlacek. He'll get a first down as they'll get to the 38-yard line. They're going to maybe spot by the 39, but a first down for Yankton. And now we get a chance to finally see maybe something of a drive for one of these two teams. We're finally about to get 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 now from the 38. They'll move Isis in motion here to the near side. Bestie will look that way. He'll throw to the near side, so Lachek will make the catch out in the flat. He is going to be diving forward, and he'll have a gain of a couple out to around the 42. Turns into a gain of 5. They'll spot him at the 43.
Yeah, just a pass to the flat by Bestie. He's able to hit Sedlacek, and, good pickup of 5 there for the Bucks. And they're going to go tempo, to your point, John.
Lincoln Schoenhardt gets credit for the tackle. 4 wide receivers, 3 out to the far side. Bestie will backpedal. It looked like it could have been a false start penalty. Bestie will now roll out to the right. They're looking for a hole. Now they'll throw on the run. And will the catch be made inbounds? No, he is out of bounds. And it's 3rd down. Bestie had a really good opportunity to pick up first down on the ground. He's got some good speed. There's a lot of open space on that far side, but he chose to pass the ball. Now it's still going to be 3rd down and 6, so it's still manageable here for the Yankton Bucks to pick up first down.
Yeah, he was looking for Eidsness on the comeback route to the far sideline of the field, but to your point, he had a lot of turf in front of him, could have picked up a first down.
3rd down and 4. Backpedaling is Bessie. Now he'll throw. That catch will be made out in the open in the flat as Aiden Beam will throw his man down as the catch is made on that far side for a first down. As I believe that was Edley Amaro that made the catch.
I had number 14, Cale Hazelhorst.
Hazelhorst will make the catch, and it's a first down, and Yankton for the first time in the ball game is in the Governor territory. To the 48-yard line. Sedlacek will get the handoff. Trying to go wrap the middle. Will Eilers is there, and he will get to the 45 with Sedlacek, and it's going to be a gain of 3. And boy, this feels like an eternity of a drive right now for the Yankton Bucks because of what this game has gone to this point with 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. It's 2nd down and 7 after that gain of 3. Pistol formation here for Bestie. 3 receivers on that far side. Bestie will toss it right side for Sedlacek. He will get a block, and he'll try and get out to the far side. He's in another first down for Yankton. 2 really big key blocks I think Lincoln Schoenhardt's trying to plead his case that he was held, or at least maybe blocked in the back. Looking at I think it was an okay block on the replay, but a first down for Yankton.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty clean to me as well. Just a good job by the Yankton Buck offensive line.
Bestie will look to pass. He's going to man open to that far side as he'll get out of bounds. It's Abe O'Brien who had the fumble early on. O'Brien will get near the first down marker. It's a gain of 9. Clock is stopped with him going out of bounds with 4:32 to go here in the first quarter. Yankton's trying to get within a possession here of the Governors.
Yeah, and that's a good recognition there by Bestie. Playing off coverage there was Aiden Beam, and they just hit O'Brien on a screen pass, essentially.
Near side, 3 receivers. Bestie looking to pass. He's still rolling. Now he'll throw, and he almost threw it to Logan Whitty, but he threw it out of play, and it's now 3rd down and 1. Not a bad idea for the Bucks. 2nd down and 1. You can force a pass or try to get a pass somewhere because it's a lot check in the backfield. You feel like you can get a yard in the next 2 plays.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity to take a shot if you're Yankton there, but really no visible receiver in the area on that throw from Bestie, just threw it out of bounds.
Schoenhardt was looking to show blitz. Now they'll move the man out in the flat. Coming over the middle, the throw, the catch is made, and that is going to be a touchdown. And it will be Owens Eidness that will get the touchdown reception. He will break a school record for touchdown receptions in a single season for Yankton. And it's now 21-12 with 4:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just ran Eidsness on a post pattern there, and he ran right past his defender. That was sunshine in coverage on that play. Nice job there by Owen Eidsness. Bestie to Eidsness for a big completion and a touchdown there. And that will be make it 12-21. Yankton's going to go for 2 here. They're going to split 1 receiver out to the right, 2 out to the left.
Yeah, they're trying to make this a 7-point game here with 4:21 to go in the first quarter. That tells you what this game is kind of feeling like already. They will roll it around. Now they're looking to pass with LaCroix. He's going to try and get to the end zone, and he will get in for a 2-point conversion. There was a block that looked like it could have been in the back by Yankton, but the 2-point conversion is good. And it is 21-14 with 4:21 to go here in the first quarter. First quarter. 21-14. Governors lead it by 7. Let's take a break for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Well, we've seen a lot of high-scoring games in the state championships to this point here this weekend, and we're off to a pretty good start to see another high-scoring game. Maybe both defenses will settle in, Blake, but so far it's been that was a 10-play, 73-yard drive. That only took 2 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. It has been, obviously, Yankton picked up the tempo, but nobody wants to take their time right now. They want to get back to the ball, and they want to score right away.
This is going to be a firework affair between these two teams if this offensive output and this scoring output continues.
And which of these two teams really wants to slow down right now? Everything's working for them. Why would you want to slow down? I think it's going to be a college-type game, as this will be out towards the end zone. It'll be fielded by Scheffelbein at the 5-yard line, right up the middle of the field. He's got a big hole. He's out to the 30 to the 35. Might have been a face mask. It will be, but Scheffelbein, 45-40 to the 30-yard line, and tack on an extra 15. Make that. He is in bounds. He is going to score. It is a touchdown for the Governors. A 95-yard return, and the Governors lead it 27-14. It's a face mask penalty that will be declined or accepted on the end of the run, or was he out of bounds? I think they called it a touchdown.
Yep, they're going to call it a touchdown. Governor fans are just realizing that it's a touchdown, and the flag's going to be on Yankton.
Unbelievable. It looked like he was out of bounds. We lose sight from where he's at on the near sideline, but Scheffelbein stayed in bounds the entire way and gets into the end zone. I haven't seen a replay pop up yet, but an incredible run for Scheffelbein to make this a 27-14 ball game. Let's hear from our referee for the first time tonight. on the kickoff. And so the Governors will have a really good opportunity. I mean, they can go for an onside kick, and Yankton's still going to be backed up around their 30-yard line.
Yeah.
I mean, that the Governor, I mean, if you're Yankton, you have to be aware of it. You have to be ready for it. But they can go for an onside kick. It is now 27-14. You're in the first quarter with 4:06 to go. I mean, it might be 180 by the end of this game.
Yeah, seriously.
Extra point from Templeton. That kick is good. At least both teams are kicking extra points, although Yankton did go for the two-point conversion. But it is 28-14. And Blake, I'll ask you right now. I mean, if you're the Governors, and probably Yankton too, you got to be thinking onside kick right now, right?
Absolutely. The way this game has gone, and really, at this point in the ball game, John, maybe my vote, apart from Carter Scheffelbein, who has had a whale of a game so far, maybe the other guy that would be in contention to get my vote right now for player of the game, Jacoby LaRush. He has been a special teams weapon for the Governors so far. They've recovered one onside kick with him here on the near side. He basically put it about 12, 13 yards past that initial defender. And then he almost gave us the ball back again on the far side of the field. Yankton basically just had to fall on it. And to your point, I think that you have to be aware of an onside kick if you're Yankton, because Pierre is kicking this football from the Yankton Buck 45-yard line.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of it. Now, granted, that means that everybody else is a lot closer together for the Yankton Bucks. So maybe you just boot it through the end zone and force Yankton to start on their own 20-yard line. But regardless, it's something to keep in the back of your mind if you're the Yankton Bucks, especially now that you've seen it once from Jacoby LaRush.
But if you're LaRush too, and what he's been able to do, you can pop it up pretty high up in the air and make them make a fair catch at the 5-yard line and basically turn it into a punt situation. At the very worst is give them really bad field position. So LaRush will kick off from the Yankton 45. They've got 4 guys up at the line right now where they need to be. This will be a line drive kick that will bounce its way into the end zone for a touchback. So it's not touched by Yankton. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4:06 to go, first quarter, not first half, first quarter, 28-14. The Governors lead the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. I mean, at some point, everybody's got to take a breath. Coaches, players, fans, broadcasters, but both teams are not letting anybody take a breath right now.
I'm waiting to catch my breath at the end of the first quarter. I can't even imagine what's going on down on the sidelines right now.
2 receivers here on the near side. Pistol formation for Bestie. He will hand it off for Solacek. And Solacek was hit the line, but as he does, he falls forward to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. And it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Governors for the Yankton Bucks at their own 25-yard line, as we're now down to 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers far side. Bestie again will hand it off for Solacek. He gets a big hole. He's got a first down. Solacek will get out to the 40-yard line, picking up 15, and a first down for the Yankton Bucks again. Solacek, he's got now 7 carries for just under 50 yards so far in this ball game, and he will be tough to stop as this game continues to go along.
Absolutely. He is a load to bring down. He's gotten better all year.
Solacek again will get the handoff. He's been the only back for this Yankton Buck team. If Bestie's not running it, Solacek is running it. He'll pick up another 5 yards to the 45. And what he does so well is fall forward every time. He gets hit and he will fall forward for an extra 2 or 3 yards.
He really reminds you kind of like if you're an NFL fan, Peyton Hillis about 10 years ago. Every time that guy was hit, he fell forward.
Solacek, another handoff, another big hole. He's out past the 50 to the Governor 45-yard line, a gain of 10. And Yankton just continues to go quick and move the ball down the field. With 2:58 to go, they've got the Governor 45-yard line.
And I think you really have to shout out this offensive line. They're opening up a lot of holes for Solacek. We'll get their names in a second because Yankton's going to go up tempo again.
3 receivers far side. 1st and 10 for the Governor 45-yard line. Bestie will look to throw here quickly. The catch will be made and out of bounds for Hazelhorst, as he'll get about another 5-yard gain. They've gone 10 or 5 yards for the last 4 plays for Yankton, and it's 2nd down and 5 in the 40.
Yep, just a pitch and catch there from Bestie and Hazelhorst, but Yankton's going up quick again here on 2nd and 5.
2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Bessie will drop back to pass again. He'll throw a dart, and the catch will be made. And no need to even play a finger on the man that makes the catch because he was already down. That's Heisness. And it's going to be another first down for Yankton as they get to the Governor 32-yard line.
Those offensive linemen, Ben Bowman, Austin Conway, Jake Walter, Peyton Eustace, and Drace Gaskins for Yankton, really opening up a lot of holes for Sedlacek so far.
2:25 to go here in the first quarter. This will be a handoff for him. I was going to say it's only going to be Sedlacek or Bessie, but Easton Fieser gets the handoff, and he'll get to about a yard or two to the 30, and it's second down and 8.
Yeah, they brought in the speed back rather than the power back there, but just to give Sedlacek a little bit of a spell, but only a yard and a half. They're going to officially give him 2 to make it second and 8 here from the Governor 30-yard line.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, the 11AA state championship. Bessie will throw to the near side, looking for his man, and a good play. No, there's a flag that will come in. Logan Whitty had his arm draped around Owen Heisness. He was able to maybe get a piece of it. We'll watch the replay up on the screen, and it will be a pass interference against the Governors. And man, it's hard to really see how with the screen here, but that's a really tough play for Logan Whitty, who made nearly a perfect play on it.
He really did, and to your point, I think there was some hand fighting going on initially, and maybe they would have let it go, but it was the pull down at the end of the jersey there, the way that he fell.
Pretty futile to put the crowd mic up to hear the referee. You can hear maybe the first initial thing that he says, but you're never going to hear the number. So if we don't know who it is right away, which we didn't know was on Whitty, we're not going to ever know who it's actually going to be on. First and 10 from now the 16-yard line. A handoff for Fieser, and he will get maybe a yard or two again to inside the 20, inside the 15 to the 14. And it's second down and 8 as Sedlacek will check back in. Fieser, nothing against Easton Fieser, but boy, Sedlacek is such a bruiser in the backfield that is much easier to tackle Easton Fieser. And again, that's only saying good things about Sedlacek. Here's a pitch on the left side on an option play. Sedlacek gets it inside the 10 to around the 8-yard line. They're going to spot him. Look at the far judge to see where they spot him at the 8-yard line. So it'll be third down and 2, a gain of 6. And this will be a big third down play. Obviously, anything that isn't a big loss, it's going to be another opportunity for the Yankton Bucks to go for it on fourth down. Bestie will hand it off for Sedlacek. He's going to first down inside the 5. And it's going to be really difficult to stop this Yankton team inside the 5-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, just give the ball to Sedlacek, and he is able to take it and basically fall forward, to your point, John, and we're probably going to see that yet again here now that they're inside the 5.
45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sedlacek will get the handoff. He will get into the end zone for a touchdown, and Yankton is back down by just one score, 28-20 with 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And I'm telling you, the Governors are on pace for over 100 points. Yankton's on pace for 80 points right now if this game stays like it is.
Unbelievable. What a first quarter. I don't think that this first quarter of football may be topped. This has been so much fun. I'm
not saying we should end the game after the first quarter, but we've seen a full football game in the first 12 minutes. Extra point, the kick is going to be up. This will be more in line, and it will be good to make it 28-21 with just 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Come on back in 30 seconds. You might miss a touchdown if you come back in 40 seconds. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
This was an 11-play, 80-yard drive, and took a really long time to score for Yankton. 3 minutes and 25 seconds on a drive.
That is a long time in this football game.
6.5 minutes of time of possession for Yankton, 4:06 for Pierre. And by the way, the Governors still have a 7-point lead on the Yankton Bucks right now. 41 seconds to go.
Do you think they're going to let Scheffelbein touch the ball here on this kickoff, John?
I really don't. But what do you do besides an onside kick? And if you're the Governors, you have to be ready for an onside kick of some sort, because you can't let Scheffelbein go after the ball at this anymore the rest of this game.
Yeah.
It's got to be a squib kick of some kind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Villanueva will be the one to kick it off. 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and it will be a short kick. And the Governors will get it at the 20-yard line, right in the middle of the field, to around the 30 to the 35, as I believe that was Hudson Stosher. It was. That did return that out to the 34. They will spot him at the 35-yard line. And if you're Yankton, got to protect the long pass, because it's been a long time since this Governor offense has run more than 3 plays in a drive.
Absolutely. This is going to be a big offensive drive in this football game, John. And if you're Pierre, do you just run a play and take it to second quarter? I mean, this has been unbelievable.
With 37 seconds left, we still got 3 more possessions in us here before the end of the first quarter. 2 receivers near side, shotgun formation. 4 down linemen here for the Yankton Bucks. It'll be a toss play left side for Porter Hunsley. He'll get out, cut it back to the 45-50, and across midfield to around the Yankton 43-yard line. A big run for Porter Hunsley. And it is 29 seconds to go. The Governors have it at the Yankton 42. Big game for Hunsley on that run, as he is trying to eventually start to pick up yards, but he's got 2 touchdowns already on the ground.
They're going to take this second quarter, it looks like.
We're going to the second quarter.
How about that?
We got 3 more. Usually at this point, you're holding up 4 fingers because this one should be the 4th quarter, but we're actually going to go to the second quarter of this football game between the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. We've seen it all already, and we've got 3 quarters to go. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game, Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs. You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow 1 person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
We welcome you back. It is the start of the second quarter. The Pierre Governors lead at 28-21. The American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. Hopefully the lemonades are ice cold. Jamie Rasky always liked a good ice cold lemonade. He's probably got an ice cold lemonade right now.
There you go. Absolutely.
And hey, we got stats for the first quarter. I forgot that they were going to hand those out after the first quarter, because it's almost been an hour since we started the football game. But it is a 1st and 10 from the Yankton 42-yard line. As Jaron Deal will keep it himself. Design run for a Deal. He'll get down to around the 34-yard line. Another good gain for the Governors. Make that the 36. Ends up being a gain of 6. And a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, nice quarterback keeper there from Jaron Deal. Able to scoot around left end. Design run, to your point. Got a couple of blockers in front of him from the offensive line. And also Cooper Terwilliger leading the way. He is very, very passionate about his run blocking, and that's an aspect of his game that I think, to the average fan kind of goes overlooked, but he is fantastic in the run game.
2nd down and 4 from the Yankton 36. Handoff for Hunsley. He will wait for that opening to get to the 31. He's got a 1st down, a gain of 5, and the Governors will get another set of downs here. 11-13 to go in the second quarter.
Wouldn't it be the antithesis of this game for this entire second quarter to be run, another run? I mean, just clock running all quarter long as compared to what we just saw in the first quarter.
We'll see if these teams kind of want to settle into something at some point other than just trying to score after every single play. Rolling to the right is Deal, looking to pass, still looking to throw. He'll throw on the run, and he misses to Williger, and it's second down and 10 with 10:51 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they flushed Deal out to his right, and he was looking downfield maybe for an opening to look like Stosher was down there potentially. Didn't have him in single coverage, good coverage there on the back end by Yankton, and nothing was open the rest of the way, so he tried to squeeze it into Terwilliger, but he was at least facing single coverage, if not having some help, and off of everybody's hands, falls here harmlessly to the turf at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion.
4 for 6 for 111 yards for Jaron Deal right now. 98 of those yards have gone to Carter Schuffelbein. As Deal will be designed run, he's going to keep it on a potential pitch, and he's not going to get many yards, a gain of just 2, and it's third down and 8, just inside the 30-yard line here for the Governors. It's a big third down right now. Probably picking up half of it would be what you want to see the least. The worst thing you want to do is pick up half of these yards and make it much more manageable on fourth down.
Yeah, and that was an option play there that was really well run by Yankton, and it looks like they're actually going to substitute Porter Hunsley out of the football game right now and put Aiden Beam in. So 2 tight end set with Jaron Deal probably alone in the backfield. He's actually going to have Terwilliger to his right, maybe as an extra pass blocker on the side of Elmaro.
Play clock down to 4. They're going to roll. They're going to pitch it over to Terwilliger, and that will be a loss. They'll lose yards. The Bucks have that snuffed out pretty quick. Back to the 34, and it's going to be fourth down and long here for the Governors. And what's the decision? Coach Slice is staring at Coach Steele saying, hey, what are we going to do here? We're going to go for it? It's fourth down and 13 here for the Governors. Loss of 5.
Yeah, nice play there by Chase Platt. Able to pick up a loss of 5 on the pitch pass to Terwilliger, trying to get behind the offensive line and pick up as many yards as possible. But it is going to be fourth down and long for the Govs. They're keeping the offense on the field.
Play clock is down to 4. Yeah, play clock down to 3. Fourth down and 13. They will go for it here. Deal looking to pass. He'll throw. He's going to make it, but he overthrows Hudson Stosher, and it will be a turnover on downs, and Yankton will get it at their own 34-yard line. That's the second defensive stop now for Yankton. They forced a punt and a turnover on downs. Outside the turnover on the fumble, the Governors got to find a defensive stop here with 9:17 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, now Yankton can kind of settle into what they're comfortable with, and that's running the football and picking up chunk play after chunk play. So we'll have to see if this Governor defense can get into the backfield and maybe get a loss on a run here by Sedlacek, you would think, here on first down.
Sedlacek will get the handoff. Actually, play action here. Bessie will throw, and Hazelhorst was turned the other way. He didn't see that ball coming that way, so it's second down and 10. Governors catch a little bit of a break. Porter Hunsley was in coverage, but he was too far away from trying to make any kind of play on the football.
Yeah, it looked like Hazelhorst and Eidsness were both out there, and actually the pass fell in between them. It looked like it was actually closer to Eidsness, but I believe you're right. It was intended for Hazelhorst, and just miscommunication there.
Bessie now 7 of 10, second down and 10. As Sedlacek will get the handoff, he'll pick up about 4 yards and make it manageable here on third down. It's going to be third down and 6 from the 38-yard line. Sedlacek is now up to 77 yards rushing on 13 attempts, and we'll see if the Governors can get off the football field. If they can force a fourth down, you got to feel like Yankton would play a little bit of field position with the Governors with 8:45 to go in the second quarter. Third down and 6 from the 38s in Yankton territory. 2 receivers far side. Governors looking to maybe show some pressure. They'll only bring in 3. Bessie's rolling out. There's a hole, but that'll be a sack for Terwilliger all the way back at the 26-yard line. Make that the 23-yard line where Terwilliger will take him down, and it will force a punt from Yankton.
And that's where, if you're able to force Yankton into a passing situation, and really they didn't necessarily have to pass on third down, but if you're able to play really solid coverage on the back end, doesn't matter how many you rush, as long as Cooper Terwilliger's getting one-on-one coverage on the near side, one-on-one coverage against a defender, he's going to beat his man 9 times out of 10. That's exactly what happened there. He's able to get to Bestie in the backfield.
Villanueva will punt it away. Schuffelbein will make the catch at the 35-yard line. He's out to the 45 before he's tripped up. But a good field position here for the Governors after they finally get that first defensive stop for against Yankton, a slow man to get up for Yankton.
Looks like it's number 2 and Ivan Hirschman.
I was saying, couldn't tell if that was Isaac Sirk with but yeah, you're right. It is number 2. You got better eyes than I do, which doesn't take much, but you do have better eyes than I do. By the way, for complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school football championships, visit sdpb.org/football. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. 1st and 10 from the 46. Governors, Jaron Deal, 5 of 8 for 106 yards. Porter Hunsley has run for 45 yards and 2 touchdowns. They're looking for another play for Scheffelbein. Jump ball in the air, and it will be tipped, and it'll be incomplete. He had his man beat in Carter Boomsma, and unfortunately the ball was just a little bit underthrown, and Scheffelbein couldn't come back to the ball quick enough to force Boomsma into a pass interference call or make the catch off the tip, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and I think Deal got a little bit of heat in his face on that play, and that maybe caused the slight underthrow there, but almost a Herculean effort there by Scheffelbein to come back to the ball and try to make a play on that one. But to your point, good coverage there by Boomsma, a good job for him for not drawing pass interference on that play.
2 receivers near side, 2nd down and 10. They will hand it off for Hunsley. He'll try and spread it out to the near side outside the tackles, and Hunsley will pick up about 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 8. And I guess maybe the first quarter was all about the offense and special teams. Maybe the second quarter can all be about defense. We've played 4.5 minutes of the second quarter. We haven't seen a score yet. At this point, it was already 21 to 6 for the Governors in the first quarter.
Yeah, we've seen consecutive stops by both defenses so far in the second quarter. First quarter was all about the offense and special teams. The second quarter so far, halfway through, is all about defense.
Empty backfield here for the Governors. 3 down linemen. Deal flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right. Still looking to throw. On the run for Hudson Stosher. Jump ball, and it'll be incomplete. Looking for a pass interference call. I don't know. From our angle, it's hard to tell if he got there quickly, which was number 8 in Carson Kroll. We'll see if we can see a replay up on the board, but it will force a punt for the Governors. All right, we'll see. It's going to be a tough angle to see as well. The Governor faithful thinking that it should have been pass interference. Kroll might have got there early, but it is going to be 4th down, and the Governors will punt the ball away.
Yeah, I think he did get there early, but I don't know if it was enough contact to warrant a pass interference on that play, John. Good effort by Stosher to try to get the ball regardless, but it'll force a punt.
Here is Deal's second punt of the ball game. It'll be a fair catch, caught at the 21-yard line by Eisness, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Yankton with 6:57 to go. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. They're going to take a TV timeout, so we're going to take a timeout with them. Back in 30 seconds, 28-21. Governors lead over Yankton with 6:57 to go here in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The entire team at Carson Erickson Roofing sends our heartfelt thanks to our local veterans. You stand for service and reliability. We strive to bring the same standard to every roof we install. Carson Erickson Roofing. Protect your home today.
As we welcome you back, it is a 28-21 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Yankton Bucks on American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. We look at some of the time of possession. It's kind of the fun one to look at, although it's kind of now becoming a little less of a big point. But 8:24 for the Governors, 7:58 for Yankton, and the Governors are trying to get another stop. This has been a quarter of the defense right now. 5 minutes in, we've seen a turnover on downs and 2 punts, 1 from each side. Can the defense really start to lock in a little bit and make this a 28-21 score to kind of hold up a little bit more than being 50-45 at halftime?
Yeah, and this is going to be a big defensive drive and a big offensive drive for Yankton on the flip side, because a score here essentially ties the game. Well, it does tie the game, but then Yankton gets the ball coming out of the second half. So, that's going to be probably the big thing to watch here. Yankton's going to probably heavily lean on the run because Jace Sedlacek currently 13 carries for 77 yards, averaging just under 6 yards a carry to this point, and I think you'll see a heavy dose of him on this drive.
Bestie will move his man in motion here to the near side. They'll hand it off for Sedlacek. He has been at the line of scrimmage. Sam Larson came flying through. It'll be maybe a gain of a half a yard for Sedlacek and a big tackle from Sam Larson.
Nice play there by Sam. He absolutely red run all the way and got into the hole that Sedlacek was going towards. Dropped him for no gain, 2nd and 11. They're actually going to spot him for a loss of 1 officially on the scoreboard from the 21-yard line.
All right, so it turns into a really good play there for the Governors. Bestie looking to pass as he's going to roll to his right. There got to be a hole, but no call will be made. Bestie will get out of bounds. We saw it on the sack from Terwilliger. His jersey was being pulled back as he was making the sack, and the Governors, and you can see the replay. It's harder to see on that replay, but looking like it was a hold against Yankton that goes uncalled. We haven't seen many flags thrown in this football game yet. Third down, though, 3rd down and 2 here for Yankton. This will be a handoff for Sedlacek. He's got a first down. He's going to be driven down. That's a first down for Yankton, but a big tackle by Sutton Sonnenschein, who ran right through Sedlacek.
Yeah, good tackle there by Sutton. Meeting Sedlacek in the hole for 3 yards after a 3-yard gain, but he only needed 2, and Yankton picks up a first down. They've got the ball on their own 34-yard line, excuse me.
Halfway through this second quarter, Bessie looking to take a shot. It's going to be up in the air. It's going to be overthrown, and the only man that could have had a shot, that was Logan Whitty. I mean, it looked like Bessie was throwing that one to Whitty because he was deep in coverage and had an opportunity, but it was overthrown of him.
Yeah, he was looking for Carter Boomsma on that play on the go ball, but way overthrow there by Tate Bestie. And to your point, Logan Whitty was the only one in the area for Pierre to maybe make the interception, but even too far for Whitty.
This will be a handoff here for Sedlacek. He will slip and fall. There's a flag that will come in. And will it be a hold? It's got to be a hold against Yankton where this flag came in. Now, do you accept it and make it 2nd down and 20, or do you make it 3rd down and 10?
Yeah, I'm looking at Coach Steele. He's going to move him back.
Yeah, he is pointing to move it back. Did not hear who it was on, but it was on Yankton. Don't know the number, but it will be 2nd down and 20 here for the Yankton Bucks as they'll get all the way back to their own 25-yard line, 24-yard line.
Yeah, 2nd and 20 here for the Bucks, and that almost forces them into a passing situation, which I think kind of plays into the favor of the Governors here, because now they can more play the pass rather than having to worry about Sedlacek here.
5:40 left to go here in the first half. Bestie will fake the handoff. He'll fake the second handoff and throw it in a screen pass for Sedlacek. He will get nearly those yards back, but it'll be 3rd down and 13 as they'll get out to the 31-yard line.
What a play by Porter Hunsley there, John. If Porter Hunsley does not recognize that play, Yankton's easily got a first down and then maybe more, because there was nobody in front of Sedlacek there except for Porter Hunsley, who kind of weaved in and out of everybody to make the play.
2 receivers near side, shotgun formation here for Bestie. Governors are showing a pressure of just 3. Bessie will throw to the near side. The catch will be made by Hazelhorst. Can he get to the first down marker? He gets pushed out of bounds right at the marker. And
they're going to give it to him.
Yep, he's going to be about 3 yards past it and a first down. Hazelhorst, he was wide open. The Governors maybe missed that assignment right there. And he'll get to the 48-yard line. Turns into a gain of 17.
Yeah, it looked like they were playing zone there were the Governors, and Hazelhorst just sat down right in the middle of the zone between Schoenhardt and Beam, and he's able to pick up a first down.
4:55 to go here in the first half. Both teams still with all 3 of their timeouts. Handoff for Sedlacek up the middle. Terwilliger trying to put himself on top of Sedlacek to drive him down, but Sedlacek will still get to the Governor 45-yard line, a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3.
To your point, John, this has been the defensive quarter because we haven't seen a score yet, and there's under 5 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yankton's going to feel really good if they can score late in this second quarter, knowing they get the ball to start the third. This will be a handoff for Fieser, and he's got a first down as he'll get to just shy of the 40-yard line. Another first down here for Easton Fieser. They're going to trade helmets here with Cale Hazelhorst. Will take his helmet off and trade helmets on the sideline. Look like a new hockey stick coming over from the sideline. 3 receivers far side, 4:15 to go here in the first half as the Yankton Bucks are moving quickly. Bestie rolling out, looking to throw, still looking to throw. He'll throw to the sideline. Eisnes can't keep his feet in bounds. He just needed one, but had 0 inbounds, and it's 2nd down and 10. Would have been a gain of maybe 2 for Eisnes.
Yeah, that's a good job by Max Schmitz of heating up Bestie and forcing the throw to Eisnes on the sideline. Like, to your point, wasn't able to keep his feet in bounds. Was thinking if Schmitz gets his hands up there, maybe he's able to bat that one away and even prevent that potential 2-yard pickup from Eisnes, but regardless, it's an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 from the Gov 40-yard line.
2 receivers here on the near side. Play action, the throw will go to Eisnes. Logan Whitty trying to force him back, and Eisnes is losing yards. He's going to end up with just a gain of 1. It's 3rd down and 9. He had about 3 or 4 yards. Then he kept spinning, trying to go back and forth to get through Logan Whitty, who did a really good job of staying with him. Turns into just a gain of 1.
What a huge play there by Logan Whitty, forcing the receiver in Eisnes to try to make a play, and he went backwards, to your point. 3rd and 9, huge defensive play right here in the ball game for the Governor defense.
From the Governor 39-yard line, there is 15 seconds on the play clock. They can't get Eisnes lined up the way they need him to. 3rd down and 9, 3 receivers here on the near side, 3:20 to go in the first half. Bestie will get the snap and look to his left. He'll throw down the field. Hazelhorst, it'll be a flag that will come in. And it looks like it might be against Whitty. Hazelhorst never got his head turned around to try and see where the ball was at. Coach Steele is probably going to be incensed on the sideline right now if it's against the Pierre Governors, and where that flag was thrown probably is going to be against Pierre.
Yeah, it looked like it was right at where the receiver was on that play. And I agree. I think he's going to be really irate in Coach Steele if they're going to call this against Logan Whitty on the far side, because is that a catchable ball even, is maybe the other question to be asked here.
I was going to say, how much contact was there? What will be the call? Nobody's moving quite yet. But yeah, they are going to move it down the field. And you're not going to hear anything other than boos from the Pierre Governor faithful here that's below us. And it's 1st and 10 here for Yankton. It was going to be 4th down and 9. They haven't shown the replay. There we go. Well, we'll get the replay up. Whitty's got a little, boy. It didn't look like much contact to begin with. Hazelhorst did kind of stumble a little bit. But it's 1st and 10 now from the 24-yard line. Penalties, we'll have to look at penalties here as we get into halftime. 2 receivers on the near side. Play action, Bestie rolling to his right, looking for someone to throw to. He'll throw to the end zone, it'll be out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. He was trying to go to the near side. What number was he trying to go to? Hard to tell where it was. It was Eisnes that he was trying to throw it to. 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. 3:10 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, this is a big play here. 2nd down and 10. Like you said, Bestie was trying to go to his receiver in the corner of the end zone, but out of play was the throw. 2 tailbacks in the backfield here for Yankton. There looks like LaCroix is actually going to take a snap.
That'll be a false start penalty. It was LaCroix that was going to take the snap to try and see what maybe they play they're going to have. Bestie went out wide as a receiver, and 3 guys moved. They call number 68 with it, and that's Jake Walter. Penalties so far, you have 2 for 31 yards for the Governors. That's 3 now for 30 yards for Yankton. With 3:10 to go here in the first half, 2nd down and 15 from the 29-yard line. It is LaCroix that with the empty backfield. He'll try and get out to the near side. First tackle was missed, and then dragging him down was Cooper Terwilliger by the jersey. Nearly a horse collar tackle, but he'll pick up those 5 yards and make it 3rd down and 10 from the 24. 2:55 and counting here in the first half. Coach Steele's got all 3 timeouts, but he's not using one quite yet here for the Governors.
Yeah, I think he wants to see what the result of this 3rd down play is. Governor faithful on their feet here with 2:42 to go in the first half. Yankton's going to send 3 receivers out wide, 1 on the near side of the field.
Play clock at 15. 3rd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Moving from left to right in Governor territory. Yankton, Bestie rolling to his right. Now looks stepping back, throws, has a man, the catch is made. Hazelhorst is out of bounds inside the 10. And what Yankton does so well, and what Bestie does so well, keeps plays alive. He was being chased. He stopped and just fired a strike to Hazelhorst, who made a nice catch, and he's out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Bogenhagen was heating him up, but a nice job of staying in there was Bestie, and he hit Hazelhorse on the run for a first down.
Clock is stopped. It'll be play action here. They'll throw, almost intercepted. He was throwing it away, but Aiden Beam nearly got up there to take the ball away. He was trying to get Abel Bryan was the intended receiver, but I think it was a broken play that just Bessie threw it out of bounds to make it 2nd and goal for the 9.
Yeah, I think he was maybe trying to get it to Sedlacek, and the handoff was just missed. And so what happened was he just tried to throw it away, did Bestie, but he almost underthrew the throwaway.
Sedlacek in the backfield. They have not really run with him on this drive. 2:19 to go. They will run it this time. Sedlacek to the 4. He's in the end zone for a touchdown and an extra point away with 2:15 to go here in the first half from tying this ball game up.
Yeah, you hardly use him on the drive, and then when you're 9 yards out, give him the football because he is a weapon with the ball in his hands. You know, tough back to bring down for the Bucks, and he's able to essentially walk into the end zone untouched. Another nice job by this Yankton Buck offensive line. And we are an extra point away from being knotted at 28 with 2:15 to go here until halftime.
Ortiz for the extra point to tie this game up. He's 1 for 2 so far in the ball game. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is going to be good. And we are tied at 28 with just 2:15 to go here in the first half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
We welcome you back as the Pierre Governors Yankton Bucks are tied 15-play, 78-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock, and it was a touchdown run for Jason Sedlacek from 9 yards out. And we are squared once again here, Blake, at 28. Actually, this is the first time we're going to be squared. For the Governors are up 21-6. It was 7-6, or I guess, yeah, 7-6, and it was 21-6. So this is the first time we've actually been tied other than it was 0-0, and it wasn't long before it was 7-0.
Yeah, this is turned into the ball game we kind of expected, and it's 28-28 now with 2:15 to go in the half. Govs are going to get the ball, and I'm guessing they're going to try to maybe an onside kick here for Yankton.
This will be a short kick. It'll be taken here by the Governors. Hudson Stosher again on the reception, and he is down to the 35-yard line. So the Governors will have to go 65 yards down the field, but they have all 3 timeouts. There's 2:11 on the clock, and the way this ball game has gone, this feels like a must-score for Pierre because Yankton will get the ball to start the second half, or at least Pierre will have to kick off to start the second half.
I agree. This is a must-score drive if you're the Pierre Governors right here. 28-28, Yankton has had essentially all the momentum over the last, what seems like quarter and a half when they've possessed the ball. So I think this is a must-score drive. Time to put your big boy shoes on if you're Jaron Deal back there at quarterback, the sophomore.
5 of 10 for 106 yards. Deal, design run here. Will be QB draw. He's going to be swung down and swung around, and a loss of 3 yards to make it 2nd down and 13. And this defensive line for Yankton is really starting to put a lot of pressure on the Governor offensive line breaking through.
Yeah, Drace Gaskins there on that play. Nice play by him, able to beat his man and grab Jaron Deal's jersey and basically just kind of throw him around like a rag doll. 2nd and 13 on the 3-yard loss on the quarterback keeper there by Deal.
1:40 to go. The Governors will be maybe taking their time a little bit more, but Deal will drop back to pass. They're showing pressure. They'll throw over the middle to Williger. Can't make the one-handed catch, and it's now 3rd down and 13. And we'll see now here with this 3rd down what the Governors want to do. 1:32 to go. If you run the football, you know for sure that you're going to force Coach Muth to take a timeout. He'd only have 2 left. If you throw the football, there's a better chance of getting a 1st down at 3rd and 13. Coach Steele doesn't play a lot of conservative football very much. You expect the pass play on 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it could be a time for a trick play too.
Deal will drop back to pass on 3rd and 13. He's going to step up. He's trying to force his way forward. It'll be a gain of about 2, and there will be a timeout by Coach Booth with 1:22 to go here in the first half. And Coach Steele and the Governors will have to punt the ball away. And there'll be 82 seconds to go for Yankton to try and they can go 2 for 1 then to try and take a 14-point lead before Pierre ever gets the ball back.
Yeah, Eldley O'Mara really forced that play, John. He was shot out of a cannon from the far side of the field and heated up Jaron Deal, forced him out of the pocket, and he ended up coming around towards the near side of the field, to your point, maybe picked up 1 or 2 on that dive play. But that play was made by Eldley O'Mara, the senior defensive end for the Bucks, coming off the edge and forcing the Govs probably to punt here with 1:24 on the game clock after the timeout by Coach Smoot and the Bucks.
Yeah, they put 2 seconds back on the play clock here. From the 34-yard line, 33-yard line is where the Governors will have the ball to punt it away. Got to have a good special teams punt. Force Yankton to go far down the field to try and score. They do have a good, Liam Villanueva and Kevin Ortiz can kick field goals if necessary. But if you're the Yankton Bucks, you want a touchdown. You have to take what you can get if you're the Yankton Bucks. So the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over to the Governors with good field position to allow them to still end up with the lead or at least tied at the end of the half. Yankton's got to be very careful on offense when they get the ball back. Deal will be back to punt. It'll be the 3rd time he will punt the ball away. As Deal's punt is a good spiraling punt. It will take a Governor roll inside the 20, and it'll go all the way down. They will let it roll and let it stop inside the 20 at the 17-yard line with 1:13 to go here in the first half. As a big punt for Jaron Deal and a Governor roll to boot.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic punt there by Jaron Deal. They're officially going to give him 50 yards on that punt. Huge flip of the field for the Governor's special teams unit on that play. 3 punts for 123 yards so far for Jaron Deal. He's done a nice job punting the football here in this ball game, and this will be, like you said, an opportunity for the Bucks to maybe go 2 for 1 here.
1:13 to go here in the first half. Can the Governors get a defensive stop, even if it just takes them to halftime? Play action, throw to the far side. Isis makes the catch. He is wrapped up. He will lose yards back to the 14. And now Coach Steele's kind of in that spot. If they go quick and they don't pick up a lot of yards, Coach Steele's probably going to be using a timeout here as we are under 55 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's a huge play there by, I think it was Logan Whitty on the edge against Eidsness. Fought through a block because they were looking for Eidsness on the screen pass. Whitty fought through his defender. Loss of yardage for the Bucks.
40 seconds to go, 2nd down and 14. Inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a handoff for Sedlacek. He's going to try and get a block, but he's going to be a hold that will push him back. He is run out of bounds, and so it'll be enough for a first down, but it will push them farther back with 30 seconds to go, as that will be half the distance to the goal. Put him back around the 10-yard line now.
Yeah,
Actually, put him back around the 8-yard line.
That time there were, I think, 2 separate holds on Yankton on that play, and the officiating crew definitely saw one of them, and they, like you said, I think they'll force him back to half the distance to the goal here.
If he said 71, it's Carson Heck. Maybe he said 77 for Peyton Eustace. It was a 70 in there. And so 2nd down. The clock will start on the snap with 30 seconds to go, but it will back them up to the 8-yard line. So now they've got to go 92 yards in 30 seconds. You can't let anything get behind you here if you're the Pierre Governors defensively. They'll move a man in motion. Eidsness will go in the backfield. They hand it off for Sedlacek. He'll try and spin off of a tackle, and then it'll be down, and Coach Steele will use one of those timeouts. The gamesmanship of Coach Steele, and his mind is always thinking about another offensive score. 23 seconds left. It's going to be 3rd down and long, and will Yankton run the football to force Governors to take the final timeout, or will they try and get a shot play here with 23 seconds to go?
Yeah, we'll see. This is the game that you play. Yankton was very willing to take it to the half on that run play, but Coach Steele said, no, I'm going to make you run at least one more play with 23 seconds to go because you are very deep in your own territory, talking to the Yankton Bucks here. So this is a huge third down play. Like you said, it'll be interesting to see if they take a shot or if they decide to play it safe, keep it on the ground, and force the Govs to take another timeout.
Governors with 2 block punts over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's or just a bad snap on a punt. And where you're sitting at your own 14-yard line right now, if you don't gain any yards, it will put a lot of pressure on just the snap itself, but then making sure that there is no block punt. If Yankton does not pick up a first down here, and again, the Governors can't let anything get past them right now. It can't be a 90 or an 80-some-odd play to try to get Yankton to score or put them in field goal range. You have to keep everything in front of you. 3rd down and 14 from the 13-yard line. Bestie with Sedlacek in the backfield. See, the Governors will send pressure. They will back everybody up. Sedlacek with the handoff. He's going to be wrapped up at the 15-yard line. Coach Steele will use the timeout. And with 18 seconds to go, Yankton will have to punt the ball away from their own 15. And again, this is where it comes into play. How good can special teams be? We've seen a kickoff return for Yankton, a kickoff return for a touchdown for the Governors. And where can the punting units come into play right now?
2 guys to keep an eye on for the Governors because they're going to send the heat. Porter Hunsley, Aiden Beam. They're the 2 guys that have had punt blocks over the last, like you said, about 3 or 4 weeks here. And the Governors can really heat up a punter in situations like this.
And if you draw too much of blocking to make sure you don't give up a block punt, Carter Shuffleby is going to be back deep to receive it. If you give him a lot of room to make a play, he's got a lot of speed. So Yankton's kind of in a really tough spot right now because they have to have a good punt, good snap, good punt and not get it blocked, and they've got to make sure that they get on Shuffleby pretty quick.
Yep, absolutely. And maybe if you're Coach Muth, you just say, punt it towards the sideline quickly. You know, we'll see what happens here.
Everybody's moving around here all over the place for both these teams. Governors are trying to show a lot of pressure. The punt almost was blocked by Whitty. It'll bounce in front of Shuffleby, and he will let it roll. And from the 49-yard line, the clock somewhere, I was going to say, I don't know why the play wasn't blown dead when the ball wasn't moving. Shuffleby dove on top of it to save a little bit of time. With 6 seconds to go here in the first half. I mean, the ball was sitting there dead, and nobody was moving towards it, so Shuffleby said, all right, I'm just going to make sure the clock stops. Hail Mary time. Yep. 6 seconds left. We've seen a lot of scoring in this first half. Why not? And Coach Steele will take one more time, his final timeout, and see if Jaron Deal can heave it to the end zone.
Yeah, I just want to go back to that punt. Whitty almost with the block on that play. He did get it away, did Villanueva. Very wise play there by Carter Shuffleby, because to your point, the clock was running and 2 Yankton defenders are staring at the ball. The officials are staring at the ball. Everybody's staring at the ball and the clock's continuing to run. And Carter's like, okay, why are we not blowing the play dead here? He decides to dive on the football, save 6 seconds to go here at the end of the first half. And now, like you said, Hail Mary opportunity for Jaron Deal, and we'll see what happens for the Governors here at the end of the first half.
And by the way, stay tuned here at halftime. We got a former Pierre Governor who has got a bye week right now. Jason Machachak is going to join us during halftime to have a quick interview with him, talking some Nebraska football, some Pierre Governor football, and his experience at the Dome and what that compares to what he's seeing right now. 6 seconds to go. See if the Governors can get that Hail Mary toss or some kind of a trick play. Deal looking to throw. He will lob it towards up in the air. The ball is going to be caught by Terwilliger to the 5. Is he going to get in? He is in! A touchdown at the last seconds! And the Governors will take a lead, 34-28 in the half. Unbelievable!
Just throw it up to the big fella. What a play. I thought it looked like maybe they were trying to get Shuffleby in the corner of the end zone. I didn't see Terwilliger, and that's difficult because Cooper Terwilliger is 6'6", 230. he's got to be the target. Goes up, high points the football, and then drags 4 Yankton Bucks into the end zone. What a play. And that is a huge momentum swing in this football game, because now Yankton, instead of driving after halftime to take the lead, the Govs are going to take potentially a 7-point lead into the half.
The extra point from Templeton. Is it going to get in? It is. He hit the scoreboard with it. He hit it so high and hard. 35-28 at halftime. How about that finish to the first half? Coach Steele's fired up. The Governor faithful on their feet. 35-28 the break. Come back in 2 minutes with halftime stats, and we'll talk with Jason Machachak as well. You listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It's just something about the smell of coffee and caramel rolls in the morning. Every time we go to the Branding Iron Bistro, I remember why it's our go-to. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. The food is always fantastic. It's the best breakfast and lunch in town. And the atmosphere, warm, friendly, and always welcoming. Your next favorite breakfast and lunch are waiting. Taste the tradition. Find your table at the Branding Iron Bistro. The Branding Iron Bistro. Quality branded right.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
We welcome you back. It is halftime. The Pierre Governors have a 35-28 lead at the break. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And joining us right now, Jason Machachak. Jason, I'm going to ask you, how did that play happen? What did you see for that play to happen for the Governors? How awesome was that?
Man, that was it was awesome. I just saw, Coop goes up and gets it. You know, that's really all it comes down to. You can draw up some kind of, some guys occupy other guys. Another guy like Coop is taller and goes up and gets it. But, that's just want. They just want to go get this. And, last game of the season, you got to go get it.
Jason, go ahead. Well, I was going to say, Jason Machachak is joining us, obviously playing with the University of Nebraska. Bye week this week kind of falls at the right time for you, right? Come
yes,
up
sir.
here. And short drive from Lincoln to come up here.
Yeah. It was only about a 3-hour drive, so I figured I might as well come support my former high school. I love seeing my dad, seeing my family. My brother and his fiance came up too, so I love it.
Yeah, football is family, especially with this program. Jason, as you guys well know, your senior year, you came to the Dome. What do you remember about your senior year? Obviously, one of the best seasons in Governor history with the crew that you guys had your senior year, obviously coming to the Dome and winning that football game. What do you remember about not only that season, but coming here and finishing it in the Dakota Dome?
Yeah, that season was very special to me. I came from a place that didn't win very many football games, and I came here, and it was just a whole new culture that I got to embrace, and Coach Steele, and they accepted my whole family in. And that season was just special to me. It taught me what winning was about and how to get to this level. And then when I got here, it was a surreal dream of mine. Growing up in South Dakota, you want to play in a state championship. Like, there's nothing else that you want to do. So coming here and playing and just putting it all out on the field, you got a whole winter and spring and summer to recover for next season. So why not just put your body on the line and come out here and give it all? And, when that clock strikes 0 and we ended up winning that game, capping off the what was it?
Yeah, 12-0.
12-0, yeah.
Perfect season.
I forget how many games we played, but a 12-0 season, it's an awesome feeling.
Well, and you were committed to go to North Dakota, end up with the University of Nebraska, which is a huge step. But how much of playing for the Pierre Governors in that 1 year really helped kind of put your mind in the good set? How much did that help you going into playing at the University of Nebraska?
Yeah, I think it really helped me, like I said, as far as the winning aspect. I think at the University of Nebraska for a long time there, we've kind of had some down years, but as you can see this year, a couple games haven't gone our way, but we're getting it back to the program it's supposed to be and used to be. So I think being here, it just really showed me what fight was and what hard work was, and surrounding me with people that really worked hard and really wanted it. You gotta have the want to be able to do that.
Yeah, Jason, to that point, I mean, obviously the competition level is significantly higher, especially in the Big Ten, which I think bar none is the best conference in the country as far as college football is concerned. You maybe can argue the SEC, but Big Ten has a ton of ranked teams this year. But to your point, I mean, 7-3 record, fantastic year for the Nebraska Cornhuskers this year. You've gotten meaningful snaps on the field, special teams wise and on offense. What did, obviously this program, like you talked about, a lot of things that you took. Obviously, you had a very, very good work ethic to get to the Division I level. What have you taken from the Governors and kind of expounded upon at the next level, like, kind of helping you springboard into college? I mean, it's a really, really good opportunity for you to, like you said, probably play some really, really good or a large scale of snaps next year.
Yeah. Well, before I answer that, Big Ten is the best conference in the country.
All right. That's right.
Name me a place in the SEC where you can go play in California and then the next week go play on the East Coast somewhere in Baltimore.
You're right.
But to your question, yeah, I think just coming here, I think just like you said, like the winning culture, like that was the biggest thing for me was coming into this culture, like everything we preach now that I'm at the next level is like our culture. Like to change a losing program into a winning program, it's a culture issue. Everyone's got good players. Everyone's got that. It's a huge culture thing. And so when I came here, it was almost a culture shock. It was like, oh my God, everyone's bought in. Everyone wants to do this thing. And I think you can see that with the production of Pierre. Like, they just lost a streak last year. I know we don't want to talk about that, but what is this, a 9th straight appearance?
Yep.
I mean, you don't have a culture or anything if you do that. So I think that's something that's carried over with me.
So it's 35-28 here at halftime. As an offensive lineman, you played defensive line too when your time here at the Pierre Governors.
All-state defensive lineman, if I remember right. Yeah.
How difficult is it as a lineman to play in a game that has been so up and down and so quick tempo? How difficult is it for these offensive and defensive linemen for both teams tonight?
Yeah, I will say being an offensive defensive lineman when I was in high school that played both ways, I was 320 pounds and I wasn't out of shape, but I was 320 pounds. And there's some bigger guys out here, and I will say, like, getting a transition from Pierre, I think it was on the second drive, threw a bomb to Carter Shufflebein, correct?
Yep.
And going from that, I mean, let's go from Yankton's perspective. You're on offense, the last play, they throw a bomb for a touchdown, and now you're right back on the field. You think you have a time to catch a break, and it's definitely different. And being in South Dakota with this colder weather, you're outside practicing. Most teams don't have an indoor facility, so you're adjusting to that. That was a big thing that I was adjusting to. I remember doing cardio with some extra clothes on before this dome game, adjusting to that. And I think, it's definitely a big thing as far as linemen goes. They're the biggest guys on the field, and getting the cardio right and making sure that, those, especially in this game with this transitions with offense and defense and special teams, how crazy it's been with the point scoring, getting your hydration and your body back right.
Yeah, to your point, Jason, you really seem tapped into this Governor team. I know you obviously have a lot of obligations with football and with school on top of that, but how much of this current squad have you been able to watch, and especially with your dad being on the defensive coordinator side this year, anything that you've kind of put in his ear that you've seen, if at all, in the games that you've gotten a chance to watch?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough that when we play Saturday, that Friday I can be able to watch their game on your guys' radio station.
I appreciate it, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I love doing that. And, I call him pretty much twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times a week if it's a big week. He's always talking to me about football. I'm always talking to him. And, I am pretty invested in this team. I think because of what I said before, how great this place was to me and my family. I love coming back. I love talking to everybody. I love just seeing everybody. And I put a couple words in his ear. I said, let's go get after him, for lack of better words. And I've talked to him throughout the season. He's talked to me about this guy and that guy, and he said just how much fight this team has through the ups and downs. They haven't had a perfect season. They haven't had, they've had some lows, had some highs, injuries, whatever. And but I've just told them, like, man, you're the Pierre Govs. You guys will pull through at the end of the season, and look what they're doing now.
All right, they got 24 minutes left of game time, or at least, I guess 24 minutes, because if it does anything else, there's no time on the clock. What needs to happen in your mind? What needs to happen for this Governor team to finish the state championship here tonight? Yeah,
from what I'm seeing, when Yankton gets in rhythm, they're in rhythm. I think back when I played them, the tempo for the Yankton Bucks is what wins them games. When they get in rhythm on offense, they're going to score. And so I think that maybe they need to blitz them a little bit, get them moving a little bit, get them behind the chains, and make sure that they can't get in rhythm and get that tempo going. And I think offensively for the Governors, they need to just stick to what's working. Some points have been special teams, but I think scoring 35 points in a half, you can't really shy away from the game plan. And I think you also need to look at the defense and say, hey, this is what they're going to do to come out to stop us, what's working, what do we have counters off of that to be able to give them a little bit different looks. But, 35 points in a half, you got to stick to a little bit what's working, right?
Jason, we appreciate you coming up here. It's fantastic. I'm glad that I saw the video from the Pierre Governor football team. I heard that you're going to be here, so I'd make sure to talk to your dad. I was like, I heard that right, that Jason's going to be here. He goes, yeah, he is. I'm going to text him and tell him to come up at halftime and have a conversation with him. I appreciate you doing that. I know you're a busy man and you're enjoying some football here tonight, but we appreciate it. I'm not a Nebraska fan, but I am definitely have been and will be a Nebraska fan as long as you're still a Cornhusker.
I am a Jason Machachak fan. Yeah. That's as far as I'll go.
I want to see Nebraska win with Jason Machachak on the field. But
Absolutely.
We appreciate Jason and continued success and continued good luck at Nebraska this year and beyond.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on, and go Govs, go Big Red.
There you go. I was going to say, I'm glad you said go Govs, then go Big Red, because the other side, they don't need to hear go Big Red right now.
Right, I was going to say, go Big Green, we can abbreviate it a little bit.
Go Big the right red.
That's right. There
you
go. We will return here in 2 minutes. We've got more of the halftime show coming up. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hello, friends. This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in central South Dakota. The Pierre Governors are ready for the football playoffs, and we're ready to cheer them on. Time to get loud, time to get proud. Heading to the game? Beck Motor Company has the perfect Chevy to get you there in style. From the family-friendly Equinox to the power-packed Silverado to the spacious Traverse, we've got your ride covered no matter where the game takes you. And whether you need a quick oil change or a new set of tires, Beck Motor Company has got you and your ride ready for whatever's next. Go Pierre Govs. Beck Motor Company is your trusted local Chevy dealership for all your automotive needs.
We welcome you back as we about to get in the second half. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean here at halftime between the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. There we go. We got to get Blake's name up there on the screen as well. Look at the scoring. We'll get you the stats here in just a second. Porter Hunsley had a 3-yard rush to make it 7-0 for the Governors before Tegan LaCroix had an 88-yard kickoff return. The extra point was missed, though, so it was 7-6 with 8:07 to go in the first quarter. Then, not much later, it was a Carter Shufflebine 78-yard touchdown reception from Jaron Deal to make it 14-6. Then Porter Hunsley had a 9-yard rush to make it a 21-6 lead for the Governors with 6:42 to go. Yankton got within 7. Owen Eisner's 28-yard reception thrown by Tate Bestie. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 21-14. Carter Shufflebine had a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to make it 28-14 on the ensuing kickoff. Then with 41 seconds to go in the first quarter, it was 28-21. Jason Sedlacek had a 2-yard touchdown rush, make it 28-21 to the end of the first quarter. And then we really struggled to get offense going, Blake, in the second quarter. It was a 9-yard rush for Sedlacek again to make it 28-28. But then at the half, on the final play of the first half, Cooper Twilliger, a 51-yard Hail Mary thrown by Jaron Deal to Twilliger, who made the catch around the 3-yard line, and he was able to carry a couple guys in with a couple of helps from the Pierre Governor receivers to push him in. And as time expired, the Governors took the lead 35-28, as that is where our scoring is at so far in this ball game. Jaron Deal is 6 of 12 for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carter Shufflebine and Cooper Twilliger have the only catches of the ball game so far, each for a touchdown. Shufflebine 98 on 2 catches, 59 for Twilliger on 4 catches. Porter Hunsley has run for 47 yards, Jaron Deal for 29 yards. Hunsley with 2 touchdowns as well. Tate Bestie, 12 of 19 for 109 yards and a touchdown. Sedlacek's about to break the century mark on the ground, 18 of 98 for 2 touchdowns. 4 of 15 for Easton Fieser, 1 of 5 for Tegan LaCroix, and 2 for -6 for Tate Bestie. Cale Hazelhorst has got the most receptions and most yards, 4 for 46. Owen Isis, 4 of 33 for a touchdown. Abe O'Brien, 2 catches for 18 yards, and Jason Sedlacek, 2 catches for 12 yards. And that is the offensive stats. So a couple of defensive notes as well. Leading tackler for Yankton, Cale Hazelhorst, with 4 solo tackles. And then for the Pierre Governors, 5 tackles for Sutton Sunshine to lead everybody up. A couple tackles for loss. Logan Whitty has a tackle for loss. Cooper Twilliger with a tackle for loss. And then also 4 tackles for loss for Yankton. Easton Fieser, Edley Amaro, Chase Platts, and Drayson Gaskins. And then 1 sack for Amaro as well, defensively for both those teams. Blake, we're just about to start the second half. Here quickly, biggest key for the Governors to get a win.
I think they need to continue to, like Jason said, I think they need to maybe heat up the Yankton Bucks if they're going to drop back to pass, get into the backfield, maybe some all-out blitzes to stop the run, because I think Yankton's going to lean heavily on Jason Sedlacek in this opening drive to start the second half. You know, maybe 1 or 2 plays kind of sell out for the run. But, you know, I think they've essentially just got to stick to the script, because they're up 7 points at the end of the first half. They have had a fantastic game plan coming in here. It's worked to this point so far. 7-point lead. I think they just got to continue to churn the clock, you know, pick up positive plays, don't move backwards, continue to, you know, get Jaron Deal outside the tackle box, make him, you know, on some bootleg throws, or make him a runner in this second half. And as long as they're able to do a couple of those things, continue to be excellent on special teams, I think we're in for a really positive second half.
Pierre Governors will kick it away. Jacoby LaRush will be the one kicking off. The Governors with a 35-28 lead on American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. If the first half is any indication of how the second half is going to be, settle in, continue to settle in. We're almost at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be a fun final 24 minutes as the Governors and Yankton Bucks 35-28 to start this second half, as LaRush will kick this one away. It'll be here to the near side, bouncing ball. It'll be at the boundary, and it will go out of bounds. So it'll be a penalty against the Governors, and Yankton will have good field position to start this second half. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school football championships, visit stpb.org/football. All the games will be broadcast live on television, STPB1-TV. For updated content, check out STPB Sports, STPB Sports on social media. Getting harder to say as the night goes on. But, Blake, how impressive. The offensive lineman coming up here doing an interview. Jason Machachok sounds like he's been doing interviews for 30 years, and he's 20 years old.
Yeah, well-spoken young man. Really impressed by him. Obviously, he only spent a year here with the Pierre Governors, but his family now lives in Pierre full-time. Just a really impressive young man, really good family as well.
Yeah, what a great addition to have the Machachoks in Pierre all the way around, as this will be play action for Bestie right away, looking for a deep shot down the field, and he's going to miss his man. Bestie had an opportunity to get a touchdown, as Eisnitz was the intended receiver, but it falls incomplete, and it was nearly 35-34 the first play of the second half.
Yeah, they faked the run to Sedlacek, and they were going to try to hit Eisnitz deep. Porter Hunsley was late on the recovery, and if Bestie hits him in stride, that's a walk-in touchdown for Owen Eisnitz, but overthrow from Bestie.
This will be handoff for Sedlacek. He's going to get around Hudson Schaefer. He's going to be forced into bounds for a gain of about 3 or 4. And it'll be third down and manageable here. They're going to give him maybe only 2 yards. Be a gain of 3 that will call it third down and 7 from the 33-yard line. Make that the 38-yard line. It was on the penalty out to the 35. That's where Yankton started that drive, and now it's 3rd and 8, so 3rd and 7 from the 38.
To Jason's point here, time to heat up Bestie if he's got his way.
Hudson Schaefer looking to show some pressure. 3 receivers far side. Back to pass is Bestie rolling to his left. He'll throw on the run. The catch is made by Eisnitz. He'll dive for a first down, and Yankton will have it near midfield at the 47-yard line. Turns into a gain of 9 for Eisnitz.
Yeah, pitch and catch there by Bestie, and Eisnitz actually had Schoenhard on Eisnitz there, and Eisnitz is much more fleet of foot than Lincoln Schoenhard is. First down for the Bucks as they are getting close to midfield.
Receiver on each side, but Eisnitz will go in motion. Bestie will hand it off for Sedlacek, trying to go eye candy. Eisnitz looking for the block, but then a couple flags will come in, and it'll be Sedlacek that will get no gain, and it was Sunshine to make the tackle, although Sunshine probably won't get credit for a tackle because they're going to take the yards, make it 1st and 20.
Yep, that's a good effort there by
They called on Edley Amaro on the hold, so 1st and 20 for Yankton.
Yeah, it's a good effort there by Sutton on the tackle to stop Sedlacek for no gain, but to your point, Govs are going to take the yards, make it 1st and 20 off of the hold. Like you said, got Almaro on the penalty there. Almaro's kind of played the hybrid tight end fullback position here tonight, and he was the lead blocker on that play. 2
receivers near side, 3 down linemen for the Governors. Man will go in motion here to the near side. That's O'Brien, as they'll look to pass to O'Brien. Now they'll fake it out, throw it over for Sedlacek, and the ball will come free. It's incomplete, and a really great play by Logan Whitty to read that well. And Whitty, who was excellent in week 1, and not that he wasn't from week 1 on, but he is really putting his name on this ball game right now.
He is. What a play by Logan Whitty. Read that all the way. A little bit up. Window dressing there. Yankton was kind of showing one way, and they were going to come back the other way, and Logan Whitty read that like a book.
2nd down and 20 from the Yankton 36-yard line, 37-yard line. Bestie rolling to his right, looking to throw on the run. Diving catch by Eisnitz. They'll get those 10 yards back, and it's going to be 3rd down from the 47-yard line. They get to the 47, so it's 3rd and 10 again here for Yankton.
It's going to be 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11, so a gain of 9 to the 46. Yankton territory right now. Big spot in this ball game early on in the 3rd quarter with the offenses as well as they played. You know, the cliche of it's a big third down. Well, every third down is big at this point of the ball game and the way the offense is both played. 3 receivers far side. Third down 11 from the 46. Bestie looking to pass. He's got a lot of room to step up. He's going to be wrapped up at the 50, throwing down, and very close to maybe a horse collar tackle, but no flag is thrown. Sam Larson brought down Bestie, and it's 4th down and long here for Yankton. And I would have to say that Coach Booth is not happy. Well, see the tackle. The screen started to go away. I think he got all jersey and brought him down that way instead of bringing it down by the horse collar.
And that's what the referee, the official, said here down on the sideline, that it was grabbing, that he grabbed his shoulder, the jersey on the shoulder, and brought him down, did not get inside the pads.
So now it's from the 50-yard line. Make sure there is no fake here from Yankton. It will be a punt by Villanueva. Shuffle by with the catch at around the 14-yard line. He's out of the 20, 25 to the 30, still down the sideline. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and the Governors will have great field position on their first drive of the second half. Boy, oh boy, that is a big, big stop here for the Governors. And Coach, or I say coach, he talks like a coach, Jason Machachak does, and he's probably had some ideas. They're actually going to spot him at the 35 where he went out of bounds. But Jason Machachak talks about it. You don't want to change what you're doing offensively. I think you have to keep the tempo and keep those big plays going if you're the Pierre Governors, and not say, hey, there's 10-10 left to go in the third quarter. Let's see if we can take 10 minutes off the clock right now and go score.
Absolutely. This is going to be probably heavy run, and it looks like only Deal's in the backfield right now, but he's probably going to run it.
They're going to look to run the football. Deal is able to slip through that first initial tackle, and thankfully he's able to get no gain because he was wrapped up and had a tug of the jersey at the 33-yard line, but he gets back to the 35, and it's second down and 10. Those runs up the middle have been very far and few between for the Governors to have a lot of success right now, especially for Deal running the football.
Yeah, Chase Platt officially on the tackle for the Bucks, but that play was basically strung out by the Yankton defensive line and the linebacking crew for the Bucks. So nice job by Deal to get back to the line of scrimmage, but to your point, 2nd and 10 from the Governor 35.
2 receivers on the far side. Deal rolling to his right, looking to pass. He'll throw, looking for his man. Shuffleby makes the catch. 2 guys came flying in on Shuffleby, but he made the catch for a gain of about 14. They're actually going to get him out of the 50 for a gain of 15, and it's 1st and 10 for the Governors at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Boomsma and Hazelhurst were the 2 guys for Yankton that were in on the play, but Carter Shuffleby, another big catch. That is his 3rd on the ball game, and that puts him over 100 yards receiving, 3 for 113 yards so far in this ball game for Carter.
He's still got another 136 yards to go, but if he gets 249, he'll put his name in the state record book, not just Pierre Governor record book, but the state record book for yards in a single season. Toss play right side for Hunsley. He's got a first down as he continues, as he was tripped up 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he got an extra 10 yards on it out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 15 for Hunsley.
Porter is so tough to bring down, and he just showed you why there. Like you said, he was tripped up about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he picks up another 10 as he's basically falling to the turf here at the Dakota Dome. But first down for the Govs now at the Buck 35. They basically flipped the field from their own 35 at the start of this drive now into Yankton territory.
8:30 to go here in the third quarter. Play clock is down to 8. Deal rolling to his right, looking to run with it. Deal will bounce off of a tackler. He's going to run out of bounds. A good gain on first down for the Governors as they will get to the 30-yard line. They'll get him a gain of 5. Second down and 5 with 8:19 to go. Clock is stopped as he was out of bounds. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, 9 o'clock Central Time. It's been a lot of fun. 35-28. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. Jen Brazilius back in the studios. And we've got still a quarter and a half left to go of a fantastic 11AA state championship right now between the Governors and the Yankton Bucks. 2 receivers near side, 3 down linemen, 7 guys in the box overall for Yankton. Deal tosses it right side for Hunsley. He's got another first down inside the 30 to the 25 to the 20-yard line. Down to the 19 for Porter Hunsley. Another big run where he gets contact 5 yards down the field, and he picks up another 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, that's only his 9th run of the ball game to this point, John. but Porter has 73 yards on 9 carries. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry. I mean, just keep giving him the ball. You're going to pick up a first down in 2 plays if he continues with that average.
And I think he's averaging about 7.9 of those yards per carry after contact.
Absolutely.
He is, and he wants the contact. He embraces contact. 7:45 to go. 10 seconds of the play clock. Toss play left side. Hunsley will get no gain on that one as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe right at the 19. Yeah, so no gain for Hunsley on his 10th run of the ball game. But that game clock will bleed down to under 7:30 to go here in the third quarter. There's still plenty of time left in this ball game, as it was seen in the first quarter being 28-21. There can be a lot of points scored before this end of the football game, and the Governors are taking a methodical drive right now. I mean, this is an eternity drive right now in this ball game, but it's second down and 10. They will go play action, deal rolling to his right. Wide open, it's Hunsley at the 5, touchdown Governors. Play action, Hunsley wide open, and a 19-yard pass from Deal to Hunsley, and the Governors lead at 41-28.
Yeah, there was nobody that went with Porter Hunsley on that. Faked the handoff, they rolled Deal out to the right, and Hunsley went left. And really, they haven't thrown a lot of passes to the back in the flat in this game, have the Governors. So Yankton just kind of forgot about Porter Hunsley after the fake was over, and that was a mistake because he caught the pass and walked into the end zone untouched. 41-28 Govs pending the extra point.
Easiest touchdown of Porter Hunsley's career, as the extra point for Carter Templeton is going to be right through the uprights. 42-28 with 7:06 to go here in the third quarter. We step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
Pierre Governors have a 42-28 lead, a 7-play, 50-yard drive, and a touchdown that went 304 on a 19-yard, and I think it was a 60-yard drive overall, or 65-yard drive. Not really sure. They got a 7-play, 50-yard drive, but I think
65,
they started.
You're right.
I was going to say, I thought they started at the 35-yard line, but it is a touchdown for the Governors, regardless of what it was, and it is a 42-28 lead. And Blake, what a huge stop defensively for the Governors to get the ball back and put themselves in a fantastic spot to go score a touchdown. 14-point lead is not insurmountable in this game, but it puts a lot of pressure on the Yankton offense right now.
Yeah, it does, and it's going to force them probably into a pass-heavy drive here, being down 2 scores now. So this will be easy for the Govs, more than likely, to kind of get after the quarterback here.
This will be received by Yankton on a ground ball play, and at the 30-yard line, a huge hit by Pierre. And it is 7:01 to go. Yankton will get it at the 30-yard line. I believe it was number 8 in Carson Krall that had it. But there's a host of Governors that made the tackle and made sure that Krall really, Eli Nichols gets credit for the tackle, but making sure that Krall knew that he had the football and they're coming after him.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 30, left to right, moves Yankton. There's a false start against the Yankton Bucks, and it will be first and 15 with 7:01 to go. If you're Yankton, you can't get rattled here. There's still a lot of game left to go, but you can't get rattled at this point because it's only a 14-point game, and you've seen in this game that it's far from over right now with 7:01 left in the third.
Yeah, and Yankton is the older team. They've got a lot more upperclassmen than the Governors do, so, they play a lot more football, and to your point, they shouldn't get rattled.
This will be a handoff for Sedlacek right up the middle. He's going to get those 5 yards back, and Sedlacek with a big run on first and 15. Logan Whitty's able to get that touchdown-saving tackle, but not before Sedlacek gets all the way into the Governor 49 47-yard line. He ends up picking up 27 yards to the 48 and a 1st and 10 for Yankton.
Yeah, that's why you keep giving big number 24 the football. He is a menace to take down, and he picks up a big chunk play for the Bucks there into Governor territory.
Rolling to the right is Bessie looking for an option play. He's hit from behind, and that was very close, and loosely holding the football was Bestie. He'll pick up 3 yards, and it's 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, it was probably better because the Governor's read option all the way on that play. That was a really, really good job by Bestie not to pitch the ball to Sedlacek because the Governors had read that all day long. Looks like they're going to run they're not going to run Wildcat. I think Bestie was just trying to get everybody on the same page, getting over to the Bucs sideline.
Larson made that tackle. 2nd down and 7. Play clock is down to 10. Bestie will pump fake. Now he'll throw down the field again, looking for his man. The catch is made. There's a flag down, and it is a touchdown for Yankton. That will be against the Pierre Governors, so the touchdown will stand. And with 5:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it is a 1-score ball game again.
Eidsness and Whitty, they're going one-on-one, and I think, to your point, they're going to maybe get Whitty for pass interference here or illegal contact downfield, one of the two, but great ball by Bestie, put right on Eidsness, and Eidsness had at least a step and a half on Whitty after he got past him on the pass interference, and it was a walk-in touchdown from there for Eidsness, as it's now a 8-point ball game pending the extra point.
And we'll hear the referee will call the pass interference. Oh, the penalty gets enforced on the kickoff because they scored a touchdown. I thought it was mostly just personal foul penalties or sportsmanlike penalties that go enforced on the kickoff, but I think that's what the referee had said. It was going to be enforced on the kickoff.
That was what I heard as well.
5:59 left to go, so we're halfway through the 3rd quarter. And by the way, we've already seen 2 scores in this 3rd quarter, so we are far from seeing the end of scoring happen. Pierre would be okay to not see any more scoring because they're going to have the lead, but we are far from touchdowns. It's going to take almost 60 points to win this football game. Extra point here from Ortiz is going to be good to make it 42-35 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. A huge touchdown for the Yankton Bucks, 3-point 70-yard drive, and it is 42-35 with 5:59 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Back in 30 seconds, you listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The entire team at Carson Erickson Roofing sends our heartfelt thanks to our local veterans. You stand for service and reliability. We strive to bring the same standard to every roof we install. Carson Erickson Roofing. Protect your home today.
It is a 42-35 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Yankton Bucks and the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. The Governors are now looking to try and answer again. While they have a 7-point lead, it is about answering every time the opponent scores right now, because you just never know when one more stop might be the difference in winning or losing a football game.
Yeah, this is an absolute barn burner of a state championship. And really, between the two teams, it's approaching the highest scoring output of the state championships so far. I think it is so far the highest scoring combined total between the two teams. But right now, there's been multiple teams so far in the earlier games that have crossed the 50-point threshold, and at this rate, we're looking at maybe both teams crossing the 50-point threshold. All of those other teams that crossed the 50-point threshold won their game. One of these two teams could score 50 points and lose this football game.
Well, one thing here, this kick is coming up. It is an onside. Could be an onside kick. It's coming from the Pierre Governor 45-yard line. So they have to make sure that the hands team up front gets any ball that is kicked away. And the Governors have to make sure they fall on the football here. This is a perfect opportunity for Yankton to take an opportunity at an onside kick. Villanueva will be the one to kick this one, and it will be booted just all the way back out of the end zone. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the 20-yard line. He missed trying to kick it through the upright. It was wide left, but it is going to be 1st and 10 for the 20 for the Governors.
Or you just boot it through the back of the end zone and force Pierre to take the touchback and take the ball at their own 20-yard line. Really, anything not to get the ball in the hands of Carter Scheffelbein is a win for the Yankton Bucks as far as special teams go.
1st and 10 from the 20. 5:59 left to go here in the third quarter. Governors with the ball in a 7-point lead. 2 receivers on that far side. It'll be pistol formation here for Jaron Deal. Porter Hunsley is in the backfield. Cooper Twilliger is lined up as a receiver right now, looking to go one-on-one, potentially if there's no extra help. They will hand it off, though, to Hunsley, trying to go right up the middle. He's got a big first down as he's out to the 35, to the 40. Hunsley to the 45-yard line. And by the way, that MVP award, we get to vote on it. Porter Hunsley's got a pretty good case to be made. There's a lot of guys for both teams right now, but Porter Hunsley's got 3 touchdowns overall. He's about to break the century mark running the football for the first time so far this season. And he's at 99 yards right now. The Governors have a first down at the 46-yard line. He's going to be in consideration to win the MVP of this ball game.
Absolutely. As long as the score holds and the Governors win this ball game, there's a handful of guys that you could pick from either side as far as MVP of the ball game. Porter Hunsley is making his case.
3 receivers on that far side of the field. They'll quickly toss it to Hunsley. As Hunsley will bust it out to the far side, he'll dive forward. He's cross midfield, and he's at the Yankton 47, 48-yard line. 2nd down and medium here for the Governors on a gain of about 6.
There goes over 100 yards for Porter, 105 on 12 carries. And like you said, he's got a case. Carter Scheffelbein's got a case. Cooper Terwilliger's got a case. Jaron Deal's got a case. Defensively, Sam Larson's made a couple of flash plays. You know, there's a lot of guys. I might throw my hat in the ring for Jacoby LaRush. I mean, there's so many guys that have played exceptional football tonight for Pierre.
Nearing the 5-minute mark of this third quarter, play clock is down to 5. Governors will change the play. Pistol formation. Deal look to pass. He's looking, he'll throw it down the field looking for Lincoln Dilgis. Does he keep his feet in bounds? They're going to say he is. A first down, Lincoln Dilgis, the senior, first time that he has been thrown to, and he gets all the way down to the Yankton 31-yard line, a gain of 17 for Dilgis.
Nice grab there by Lincoln on the sideline. Thought that Jaron might have actually put a little too much air under it, but it is a catch by Dilgis on the near sideline, able to tiptoe along the sidelines there before he was pushed out of bounds by the defender. First down for the Governors with under 5 minutes to go. Good pitch and catch there by Jaron Deal and Lincoln Dilgis on that play.
On Sundays, it's a good catch, too, for Lincoln Dilgis. Both feet were in bounds to make that play. 1st and 10 from the 31. Play clock is down to 1. They'll get the snap off. They'll toss it for Hunsley. He'll try and cut it back to the left side. Yankton was all over it because the play clock was basically expiring, and so those Yankton guys were nearly coming across the line, knowing it was going to be a delay game or it was going to be a snap by the Governors. So Hunsley still gets some positive yards, a gain of 3 to make it 2nd and 7, as the game clock now ticks under 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, like you said, broken play. Just get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And right now, Porter Hunsley is that playmaker. 3 touchdowns on the game, to your point. 100 yards rushing, 13 carries, 108 yards on the ground, and 1 catch for 19 yards and a touchdown through the air.
This will be a false start penalty against the Governors. They just a little bit of a hitch right before the snap was had. So back them up 5 yards, make it 2nd and 12. They got Cooper Twilliger on the false start penalty. So 2nd down and 12. They'll back him up 5 yards. 4:09 to go. I believe the clock should start on the whistle. And the game clock then would be, will start on the whistle. So game clock will be under 4 minutes to go now here when the next snap happens for the Governors. Still leading 42-35 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. 2 receivers on that far side. Scheffelbein, the lone receiver here on the near side with Terwilliger, the tight end. Hunsley in the backfield. 3 down linemen for Yankton, but they got 6 guys up at the line of scrimmage. They'll back away from it. Toss play left side for Hunsley. He'll wait for his block to come through. Then he'll dive forward. He'll get most of those 5 yards back and then some. A gain of about 7. We'll call it a gain of 6 to the 27-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7 here for the Governors.
Yeah, this is a nice job there by Porter of getting those yards back on 2nd and 12, making it 3rd and 7, pick up a 5 officially there, but this will be a big play here. Obviously, every third down is a big play going forward, to your point from earlier, John, but we'll see what the Govs dial up here. They've done a good job of moving the ball forward so far in the second half and really all game. We'll see what they have in store on third down.
Play clock is down to 5. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Pump fake, now Deal will throw towards the end zone. That should be pass interference. It will be, and it's 1st and 10 for the Governors. Pushing Hudson Stosher down, who had an opportunity to make the play. That penalty will be against number 8 and Carson Krall. And the Govs will get a new set of downs with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Krall just didn't get his head turned around. He was in really good position on Stosher on that play, but did not get the head turned around. And as if you're making contact with the receiver down the field on that play, as Krall did, they're going to get him for pass interference. You're going to get 15 yards. It's going to be half the distance to the goal, though, because they are inside the 30-yard line. But regardless, it'll be a first down because it was 3rd and 7. They'll give Pierre 7.5. And it'll be first down, except they're spotting the ball at the...
It'll end up being about 13 yards. It should be about 13 yards. Yeah, it'll be the 14. So they gave him 13 yards in the penalty. It was at the 27, so they gave him about half. They gave him 13 instead of 14 yards. Actually, they are going to spot at the 13, they're going to say. 1st and 10 to 13. 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Governors. Handoff for Hunsley as he'll get to the left side to the 5-yard line. Spins around, dives for the end zone, and he is no signal. He is in for a touchdown. Porter Hunsley has done it again. From 13 yards out, his 4th touchdown of the ball game. It is 48-35.
He just won't go down. He won't go down. First contact's not enough. Second contact's not enough. He ran through like 4 or 5 buck arm tackles on that play. And again, he's a sophomore, John. This is a kid that is going to be special to watch in Pierre Governor Green, on the football field, on the baseball diamond, wherever you can, the wrestling mat, wherever you can put Porter Hunsley, he is going to succeed. And Pierre Governor fans are in for a treat the next 2.5 years.
13-point lead, trying to make it a 14-point lead. The extra point nearly blocked, and it was a collision that could have hurt one of the Yankton players. He is slow to get up. But it is 49-35, a 14-point lead with 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. The Governors on top of Yankton, back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
So a 6-play, 80-yard drive for the Pierre Governors that end up taking 3 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. And the Governors have a 14-point lead. Porter Hunsley's got 4 touchdowns. He's got 4 tackles as well, 1 for each touchdown he's had so far. And you talk about if the Governors can hold on here, somebody had to kind of separate themselves from everybody. Porter Hunsley's kind of separating himself from everybody right now, at least on the Governor's side. He's not worried about being the MVP. He's worried about winning a state championship. But what a performance by Porter Hunsley so far. 3 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Jacoby LaRush on the kickoff. It'll bounce its way. It'll roll its way down to the 10-yard line where Isaacs will pick it up. He's got nowhere to go, and Yankton will have to go 89 yards down the field. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11, and Isaacs is shaken up on the play. But what an excellent job again by Jacoby LaRush on the kickoffs. And I'm glad you've been talking about it because it has been it can quickly be overlooked about what LaRush has been able to do tonight.
He has been a weapon tonight, John. There's been so many times this year where as he's come back to the football field, as the soccer season has ended, that he has been a weapon because he can put the ball exactly where he wants to put it. And that's led to some kicks that have been recovered by the Governors on sides. He's been able to, place it exactly where he wants to, and Eidsness had no chance to return that.
Here is Sedlacek on the handoff on 1st and 10 for the 11. He's trying to fight his way forward, but the Governors are wrapping him up for a gain of just 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. And that I will tell you right now, that game clock is going to go 10 times slower for the Pierre Governors than it's going to go 10 times faster for the Yankton Bucks right now. Pierre Governor fans are saying, how in the world is there still 2:15 left to go? And Yankton saying, how is there only 2:15 left to go in this third quarter? 2nd down and 8.
We should mention that Eidsness walked off the field in his own power on the kickoff.
Sedlacek gets a big handoff and a big run. He's got a 1st down as he'll get to the 24-yard line, a gain of 12. And Sedlacek, he's now nearing 150 yards, just past 140 yards rushing with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And he has been utilizing that backfield. 22 carries for 141 yards and 2 touchdowns for Jason Sedlacek.
And if Yankton wins this ball game, I think we know who the MVP is going to go to on their side.
About 100 seconds left to go. Bestie rolling to his left. He'll throw. It'll be almost intercepted. Sun and Shine, I believe, was the one.
No, it's
Lincoln Schoenhardt. And he about punched a hole through the turf here at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. He felt like he should have had that football, which would have been the 2nd turnover of the ball game for Yankton, but now it's 2nd down and 10.
Boy, that would have been an unbelievable play by Lincoln Schoenhardt there. Went up with one hand, his right hand, and almost came down with it off of the throw from Bestie. Unable to corral it, though, and it is 2nd down and 10 from the Buck 25.
2nd and 10, Bestie looking to pass. He'll throw to the far side. Catch is made out in the flat. Lincoln Schoenhardt can't make the tackle. 2nd tackle is missed as well. And a big gain on 2nd and 10. 2 missed tackles. And Carter Boomsma has it all the way to the Yankton 48-yard line. A gain of 24, which could have been only a gain of about 7 or 8. But credit Boomsma for keeping those legs moving and getting 24 yards.
Yeah, to your point, Schoenhardt missed the tackle, was unable to wrap up Boomsma, and then Logan Whitty on the rally was unable to bring him down either, and that allowed Boomsma to get almost to midfield before a jersey in white brought him to the turf.
Spotted by the 49, toss play right side for Sedlacek, and he slipped and fell. He'll lose almost 4 yards back to the 45. That is a huge break for the Governors. They're going to spot it just past the 45. Boy, that loss of 3 for Sedlacek, and the Governors will absolutely take that every time.
And that's not the first time that that's happened tonight, John. When I've watched Sedlacek run, when he gets going laterally, he has slipped on more than one occasion on the turf here.
Bestie drops back to pass, looking now rolling to his right. He'll throw, the catch will be made, and a good job to secure the catch. It's going to be 3rd down. Hazelhorst makes the catch, A&B makes the tackle, and it'll be 3rd down and about 2. They're going to spot him at the 43-yard line. Nope, make that the 44. 3rd down and 3 here for Yankton.
The 44 of the Governors, to your point.
Yeah, 43 of the Governors. Yeah, 44, excuse me, the Governors. They don't have to run another play if they don't want to, does Yankton. 3rd down and 3. They will run another play. Sedlacek will get the handoff, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Well, Eilers will make the tackle for a loss, and it's 4th down and 5 when we come back for the 4th quarter. 49-35, the Governors lead it by 14 as we head to our final frame of regulation with Pierre leading by 14. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Mornings are crazy, but my breakfast doesn't have to suffer. Thank goodness for Branding Iron. Seriously, I just used their app. Done. I grab my takeout coffee and breakfast sandwich on the way to work. And for lunch, it's the best quality food with a daily lunch special. My food is ready when I need it, and it makes my whole day better. Your best day starts and ends with the Branding Iron Bistro. Ordering breakfast, coffee, or lunch right from the app. Download the Branding Iron Bistro app today. Quality branded right.
It is the start of the fourth quarter, 49-35. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 4th down and 5 from the Governor 46-yard line. A loss of 2 on that play. Max Schmitz and Will Eilers made the tackle for a loss of 2 for Sedlacek. This is a big play in this ball game. 4th and 5 from the 46. Tate Bestie most likely to be passing the ball as Sedlacek will go in motion to the near side. Bestie looking to pass. He'll roll to his left, still looking to throw. Catch is made by Hazel Horst for a first down as he'll get inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now here for the Yankton Bucks. But is there a flag? There is a flag at midfield. Boy, oh boy. A hold against Yankton will make it now 4th and 15 to try. Are they going to punt the ball away? 11:52 to go, 4th quarter. You've seen how quick every team can score. And I think they're going to punt it away, mostly because you can't afford. I mean, well, that's a tough call at this point in the game. With as much offense as there's been, it's a really tough call to make it to punt the ball away.
Yeah, this really is to give either team the ball right now. It's just really tough. But to your point, Yankton wants to play field position because, you know, if they can force a turnover, they are really close to the end zone. So they're electing to play field position here instead.
This punt, Shufflebine will go back to his own 10-yard line inside the 10, and that will be a block in the back against the Governors that will back them up half the distance to the goal. So it'll be about the 5-yard line where the Governors will take over when the penalty is sorted out, and where it was right at the 10, so it'll be back to the 5. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of high school football championships, visit sdpb.org/football. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Hear the referee here in just a moment.
Big thank you to SDPB again, just to allow us to broadcast this game, not only on the airwaves, but to allow you to see it on YouTube as well.
So it'll be first and goal, 1st and 10 from the 5, not 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 5.
Yeah, this is a big time effort for the Governors. They're going to have to drive 95 yards, essentially, to potentially ice this game. Now, as long as they can run out the clock, they'll be okay, But
driving 95 yards, if they can sustain a drive, they can put themselves in really good opportunity to take a lot of time off the clock. They will throw to the near side. Catch is going to be made on the far side of the field, and that almost was a late hit that could have gained another 15 yards, but Shufflebine will get 15 yards to the 20, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Governors at the 20-yard line.
Boy, you're right. I thought it was really close to a late hit out of bounds. I'm not sure if it was Boomsma on that play, but it's definitely a good chunk play for the Governors as they're able to pick up 15 on the pitch and catch from Deal to Shufflebine to set up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So it will be 11:36 to go. Clock is stopped. They will hand it off for Hunsley going up the middle of the field as Hunsley will stay on his feet, and he's going to get it 1st down. He's still going. 35-yard line. How about a run for Porter Hunsley to the 37? Are you serious right now? Oh, my goodness, this guy is unstoppable.
Yankton has no answer for Porter Hunsley, John. They don't have an answer for him offensively. They don't have an answer for him defensively. Let's just count how many tackles he ran through on that play. 1, 2. 2 was the one that tripped him up. 3, 4. And he's still going. He's still going. He's still going. 5. It takes about 6 Yankton Bucks to get Porter Hunsley on the ground. And Pierre's going to have to hurry up here because they've got like 6 seconds to go on this play clock. They're going to have to get a snap off or a timeout.
They will get the snap off, but the Governors weren't set. So that will push them back 5 yards, make it 1st and 15. Looked like maybe Hunsley was down. It looked like he, with the football, his wrist was down. But obviously, in something like that, they're probably not going to stop the play. If it was 4th down, they'd maybe stop it. But on a 1st down run, they allowed the play to continue and then go and, because they can't go to instant replay. But the game clock does pick back up after the false start penalty. 1st and 15. Now back to the Governor 32-yard line. 10:40 to go and counting here in the 4th quarter. See how long of a drive the Governors can sustain and maybe still put points on the board. Toss play right side. They're going to go Shufflebein to run the football, and Shufflebein's out of bounds right around the 32-yard line. He's not going to get much more of anything. And don't see it very often, but Coach Adam Sport was on the field that time. I think the biggest thing was you got to stay in bounds right now. The clock stopping is the enemy of the Pierre Governors with 10:28 to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he was directing that at Shufflebein. Hudson Stosher looked like he was in the vicinity of that as well. And right now, Lincoln Dilgis, there's nobody on him on the far side of the field.
Yeah, well, Lincoln Dilgis is wide open right now. They're going to finally get Hazelhurst over there. They nearly had an opportunity to go over the middle of the field for Terwilliger, who makes the catch in the air. And Terwilliger's got a 1st down to the 50, inside Yankton territory to the 49, a gain of 20 for Terwilliger.
And that is the luxury of Cooper Terwilliger, John. He is an outstanding football player. Just put it anywhere in the catch radius, and big number 12 is going to come down with it majority of the time. 5 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown so far for Terwilliger. That wasn't even his most impressive catch of the ball game, but that was a really impressive catch nonetheless.
Play clock down to 10 minutes to go. Governors have been pretty slow getting to the line of scrimmage here. I know they want to take time off the clock, but they have to move a little bit quicker. They still get the play off. Throw to the flat for Shufflebein. He's going to be out of bounds again. And Shufflebein will have another gain of about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. And again, every time the Govs go out of bounds, makes it that much longer of a football game where they're up by 14. They want to stay in bounds as much as possible.
Yeah, they want to stay in bounds as much as possible. Try to make Yankton use timeouts at some point. Obviously, they still have all 3. But the clock is the friend of the Pierre Governors right now. And, really they're kind of hurting themselves by going out of bounds. I know they want to get Shufflebein out in space, but he's got to move more north and south rather than east and west.
4-yard gain for Shufflebein. This will be a design run for Deal, and Deal will try and dive his way forward. He's got a gain of about 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Governors, as they will have it at the 43-yard line of Yankton. They got to get to the 39-yard line.
Yep, this is, and that's a way to kind of mitigate that and keep the clock moving, get Jaron Deal the football, going off left tackle in Olivier, and pickup of 2. They could, in theory, snap it with under 9 minutes to go of the game clock, but it looks like they're going to snap it before that.
And this will be a flag that will come in, or the Governors with a false start. Who's that is it going to be on Shufflebein that maybe jumped early? I believe they did say 7, which would be Shufflebein. So it's now 3rd down and 9 from the 48-yard line with 9:06 to go. Again, the clock shouldn't resume, and it will pick back up. 3rd down and 9 from the 43-yard line. Under 9 minutes to go now here in the 4th quarter. Hunsley will come out of the ball game. Aiden Beam will be moving in as a tight end.
Big ovation here by the Governor fans as Porter Hunsley comes off the field, but they're going to go empty backfield with Jaron Deal right now.
As Deal will look to pass, he'll step up in the pocket. He'll throw as he was hit. Shufflebein comes back to the ball, makes the catch at the 25. He's out of the 20. Again, he's pushed out of bounds, but another big play. There is a flag, and it looks like it might be on Yankton to tack on more yards after a gain of about 21 for Carter Shufflebein to around the 17-yard line.
Yeah, the flag was thrown back where Deal threw the football, and I think it's maybe going to be roughing the passer on this call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
So they go half the distance to the goal on top of that play for Shufflebein, as he'll get 31 yards in total. I said my math isn't mathing anymore, but Shufflebein He moves up to 163 yards, so he is within 100 yards of breaking the all-state record for single-season yards by anybody in the state of South Dakota. He needs 249 in the ball game. He's got 163 on 6 catches right now. Pistol formation. Can Hunsley get a handful of touchdowns? He's got 4 already. He's in the backfield. Governors will take this play clock all the way down. They'll snap it with about 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, and they can take a 3-touchdown lead with a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Play clock now down to 7. Jaron Deal will get the snap, handoff right side for Hunsley to the 5. He did! 5 touchdowns for Porter Hunsley. And the Governors lead it 55-35 with 7:59 to go in the 4th quarter.
Boy, there's Yankton fans leaving the stadium right now, John. This Porter Hunsley has put on a clinic tonight. He has been absolutely unstoppable. 5 touchdowns, 4 on the ground, 1 in the air, 152 yards rushing, 19 yards receiving. He's got 4 tackles on defense. You know, he has been absolutely awesome tonight.
Templeton's extra point up and good. 56-35. The Governors lead by 21 with 7:59 to go here in the 4th quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You'll listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
It is a 56-35 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Porter Hunsley with 5 touchdowns in this ballgame. 4 on the ground, 1 through the air. By the way, for Porter Hunsley, coming into the ballgame, Porter Hunsley had 4 touchdowns on the ground, 0 catches so far in the season. And he's got a touchdown reception. He doubled his touchdown total
on the ground.
And 5 touchdowns. I mean, you talk about a breakthrough game, and he's a sophomore.
Yep.
This backfield of Deal and Hunsley has got, I mean, coaches around 11AA right now have gotten more gray hair watching these 2 guys in the backfield right now and knowing they have to stop them for the next 2 years.
I think they've just got gray hair from thinking, how does Pierre do this every single year? It's unbelievable.
This will be fielded by Carson Crawl. There is a little bit of entanglement. Oh boy, there's an extra push at the end. That'll be a flag, and you might see, I don't know, I'm assuming it's Jolton Reibnitz Hahn. There's 2 number 27s for Yankton. The other one's a freshman, and Nathan Bowman. He might end up being kicked out of the ball game. It wasn't a lot, but in a game like that, in a play like that, referees probably aren't going to tolerate too much of it.
And apart from the penalty, I didn't see it, so I'm waiting for the replay here. But apart from the penalty, huge, another job on a nice kickoff by Jacoby LaRush there. And I'm just looking at the replay now. They just put it up on the board. I didn't look like a lot to me either.
So it'll force Yankton to go farther down the field. By the way, it was an 8-play, 95-yard drive, and it took 3 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. And see where they will spot Yankton here with 7:58 to go in this 4th quarter. They're down by 21. They have to score. And I wouldn't say an onside kick is a necessity, but it's going to be pretty close to a necessity. But they have to score on this drive to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, they do. And the play of the game that turned the tide, John, so far in this ball game was the Hail Mary, because it was a tie game up to that point, and that took the wind out of Yankton sails. To your point, now they're down 21. They need a score here.
They will hand it off They'll go with a halfback pass, looking to throw down the field for LaCroix, up in the air. It is tipped, and what a play by who else than Porter Hunsley to knock the ball free and to keep it from being a completion to Owen Eisness from LaCroix.
And he almost intercepted that too, John. That if that play would have been made by Porter Hunsley, one-handed interception, there's no question who the MVP of this football game was. I mean, unbelievable effort just to get the pass deflection, but to your point, he's just been everywhere. He's been everywhere.
For a second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Going to go 85 yards down the field. Quick throw to the far side. Might have been deflected or might have just flipped out of the hands of Bestie. It's incomplete for Abe O'Brien. And it's third down and 10 with 7:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Where Yankton is at right now, they're on their own 15-yard line, but you have to feel state championship down by 21. 4-down territory from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the entirety of the Pierre sideline is standing. The crowd, John, everybody on the Yankton side right now is sitting down. That's the difference in this ballgame right now. To your point, quiet in here.
Empty backfield, rolling to the right is Bestie, trying to be chased by Terwilliger. Bestie will throw, he's going to man open. Catch will be made out of the 50 to the 45, be pushed into bounds. Carter Boomsma with a huge third down conversion. As he got behind the defense, they were worried about what Bestie was going to maybe do with the football, if he was going to run it. Boomsma was wide open. He'll get into Governor territory to the 36.
Yeah, nice play there by Bestie, and like you said, Boomsma just kind of got behind the defense. Carter Boomsma's made a couple of nice plays on the receiving end so far, John. He's got 2 catches for 74 yards, and it looks like Pierre's going to take a timeout. They did not like what they saw as they lined up on defense there.
You know, and with a 21-point lead and 3 timeouts right now, 7:37 to go, I think it's a well-used timeout to just settle everybody down. Pierre can feel what is possible now with 7.5 minutes to go, but you can't let your guard down because 56-35. That is a total of 91 points in this football game.
Yeah.
We still got 7.5 minutes to go.
Unreal.
There can be a lot more scoring in this ball game before it's over with. So Pierre has to make sure that they are still playing solid defense and force Yankton to use time off the clock and not just put it all on the offense to run out the clock.
Yeah, there could be so much more scoring in this football game, and you know, this is a game where, you know, like you said, there's a ton of points on the scoreboard right now, 91 in total, and we've still got 8 minutes to go in this football game. If there was, not saying there's a betting line on high school sports, but if you bet the over on points, combined points for this game, you're sitting pretty happy right now.
I was saying, if you bet the under, you gave up after the first quarter.
Absolutely. First quarter was already the over already hit.
It was already 49 points in that first quarter between these two teams. As Bestie will look to pass here, rolling to his right. He'll throw to the near side. The catch will be made, and no real good gain there for the Yankton Bucks. As I believe it was
Sedlacek.
Yeah, Sedlacek to make the catch, a gain of just 1 to the 35, but that will take more time off the clock as it will continue to run. 7:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, a 21-point ball game against Huron last week, or against T, felt like the game was over. 21 points feels like it's a 7-point game right now, all the scoring that we've seen. Here is Bestie rolling to his right. He's got plenty of room. He will run for a first down. He gets out of bounds and around the 20-yard line, and it'll spot him right at the 20, a gain of 10, and a first down for the Yankton Bucks.
And to that point, you know, Bestie's had opportunities when he's rolled out, and he's looked to pass in the majority of those. I think maybe on that last time that he was over on the sidelines, coaches were telling him, hey, if you get out to the pocket, there's a lot of turf in front of you. Look to run, and he did there and picked up a Buck first down.
7 minutes to go exactly here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers near his side. Shotgun formation for Bestie. Governors will bring 3 for the pressure. They'll swing it out to the near side. Sedlacek makes the catch. He cut it back to stay in bounds, and so Sedlacek will allow that clock to continue and didn't really get much more than maybe a half a yard instead of just going out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Yeah, and again, he slipped, John. That's at least the 3rd time that I've seen Sedlacek fall on the turf here. And again, to that point, to your point, he slipped and he stayed in bounds. Clock continues to run, and he only picked up a half yard more.
Here is Bestie looking to throw towards the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted. An unbelievable interception by Hudson Stosher. Unreal one-handed grab on an interception. And Pierre takes over at their 20-yard line, a touchback with 6:21 to go. Let's look at that replay up on the board. Oh, man, what a grab by Hudson Stosher.
I thought he one-handed it, but he did get it with two hands. But one-on-one coverage between Stosher and the receiver, that ball was not thrown over the top, and that was probably the safest play to make there by Bestie. He underthrew it, and Stosher, really athletic play, thought that at best he was going to have a chance to knock it away, but a fantastic interception. Huge play there by Stosher, and the ball goes back to the Governors, now up 21 with 6:21 to go in the fourth quarter, and the game well within their grasp.
Yeah, there is a TV timeout. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I want to remind you, next Saturday and Sunday, we've got Hawaii Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Their season gets underway in Mitchell and in Aberdeen. Saturday and Sunday, that'll be our next broadcast coming up after tonight. What a fantastic football season this has been. I know there's still 6:21 left to go, and I'm not wrapping up the broadcast quite yet, but this has been a excellent football season, Blake, and a lot of fun to watch this Governor team. A team that has been here 9 straight times, but after last year's loss, there's a little sour taste to get back to this position again and to try and get back on top to win another 11 AA state title, and they put themselves in a fantastic position here with just 6.5 to go.
They really have all the control in the world right now.
Jaron Deal, design run. He's out to the 25-yard line, 26, a gain of 6 for Deal. And again, Pierre can take a lot of time off the clock as we get down to 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yep, as long as they're staying in bounds and staying on the ground, Pierre is in a really, really good spot. They don't have to snap the ball here until clock hits 5:33 to go in this fourth quarter. They'll probably snap it before that, but actually Kea Ducheneau's in the backfield. They're going to take Porter Hunsley out of the ball game, I think, right now.
Got to get the senior in. Ducheneau was the starter for the first 3 games. Carter Merrill came back and reclaimed that starting role as a Deal. Ducheneau was the lead blocker, but Deal will pick up 2 yards to make it 3rd down and 2 from the 28 with 5:25 to go. Again, first down doesn't seal it, but this is a 3rd down opportunity for the Governors to really put this game close to being on ice at this point.
Yeah, this is, like you said, big opportunity for the Govs to be in control of the clock. They kind of already are anyway. They're going to be able to snap this football with under 4:50 to go, and things are looking really, really comfortable right now if you're a fan of the Governors.
3rd down and 2. Can the Govs get that first down and take another 2 minutes or so off the clock with a new set of downs? So hand it off for Ducheneau. He's got to get it to the marker, and he's got a first down for a gain of 3.
No, they put Hunsley back in the game.
Excuse me. Yep. So Hunsley will get a gain of 3 and a first down for the Governors, and that clock is now at 4:45 and counting, and Pierre is starting to count down to their 8th title in 9 years.
Unbelievable. And they were a play away from making it 9 straight. I mean, this is something that, as a Governor fan, you should not take for granted. I know it happens every year over the past almost decade now, where we get to the Dakota Dome, end of the football season, we get here. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You should not take this for granted. And what an unbelievable run by Coach Steele and this coaching staff.
They'll hand it off for Hunsley again as he will make his way left side. No gain, maybe a gain of 1 for Hunsley, who has run for 156 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a touchdown reception. Blake, I feel like I got your permission. We get to vote on the Joe Robbie MVP award. We both put Porter Hunsley down. I think we're both pretty secure that if Porter Hunsley doesn't get it, we got to ask what game people are watching, because Hunsley has absolutely deserved to be the MVP of this football game.
Yeah, and he's got to boot, he's got 4 tackles on defense and a pass breakup. I mean, what more can you ask of a player?
Play clock is down to 5, 3:30 left to go. Deal will throw. Far side, the catch is going to be made. Got to try and stay in bounds, and Scheffelbein again gets pushed out of bounds. He likes that far sideline because if he does get out, he can push his way all the way down the field. But Scheffelbein will pick up a gain of 9, and it's 3rd down and 1 from the 40-yard line.
And speaking of Scheffelbein, that puts him at 172 yards receiving. To your point, I think he's just going to run out of time here as far as the record goes, because even if he got all 60 here, that would put him, he'd still be short.
It'd just be short to try to break that record. They'd have to have another possession. Play clock is down to 8. Clock is not running with 3:26 to go. They will continue to take the play clock down without the game clock running, but Hunsley will get another handoff. He will bring on the contact to pick up another first down with 3:20 remaining. And a standing ovation right now here for the Pierre Governor faithful, because they really, really sense what is about to be happening, and that Yankton side has really cleared out over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, the Yankton fans that came here, #1 seed, they had a great turnout at the start of the game, rightfully so. They only had lost 1 game in Class 11 AA this year against Sturgis. They avenged that loss last week in the semifinal. But Pierre is a different animal, and they, especially in the playoffs, they are just a different animal, and they are definitely on their way to winning this one.
Porter Hunsley, another handoff. He'll get to the 50-yard line, a gain of 6. 2:46 to go. They have the clock stopped. I'm not sure why they have the clock stopped.
Yeah, the refs are saying to wind the clock. I'm not. Now the clock's going.
I was going to say, there's about 10 seconds of that clock being stopped. But 2nd down and 4 from the 50-yard line. 56-35, Governors lead by 21. A total of 91 points scored in this ball game. I don't think we're going to get to 100. We need 2 more scores for that to happen. And we'd be pretty close. They can take it down to around 2:20 to go before they take the snap. Another handoff for Hunsley. Can they get another first down? They will. Porter Hunsley out to the 44-yard line. Hunsley now over 170 yards rushing. And the Governors on the field continue to tell the faithful to stand up. The Green Wave in all of its glory, home away from home. And it certainly feels like home again here for the Pierre Governors.
And what a response by this group, John. You know, this is a group that last year got their first taste of defeat in the Dakota Dome under the Steve Steele era. What does this group do? You know, they had 3 losses early in the season, 1 to Yankton, 1 to Huron, and 1 to O'Gorman, as we're going to get a false start here for the Governors to back them up 5. But this is a group that, regardless of what happens at the beginning of the season, I've said it before on broadcast, and I'll continue to say it till I'm blue in the face. They're going to get Terwilliger for the false start here, but I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. The beginning of the season, Coach Steele always kind of, and the Pierre coaching staff at large, kind of finds out, you know, what they have. They find out the athletes that they have, the type of character that these young men have, not only at practice, but then putting them in game situations. And then, you know, as they do that, they're able to learn more about those guys and put them in succession or in positions to succeed.
Handoff here for Hunsley on 1st and 15. He's got nowhere to go. He'll drop down, and it'll be 2nd down and 16 here for the Governors. 90 seconds left to go. There's just about 1 more snap here for the Pierre Governors. If 2 more snaps, maybe.
And it looked like Coach Steele put up his hands like they're going to go into victory formation here.
Yeah, they will go into victory formation. Unless Coach Booth takes a timeout, but at this point, it will pretty much be futile to take any timeouts. There was really no gain on that play. Deal will wait for that clock to roll down. They're going to have to go into 2 victory formations. But the Pierre Governors, with one more snap, Deal will take 1 knee down at the 45-yard line. They just got to get the clock under 40 seconds. They can take that final kneel down. Some handshakes from both sides already on the field. This Governor team I don't know why you would have counted them out this year than any other year, but injuries started to pile up all in a matter of minutes in Spearfish, down 21-0. And all of a sudden they find lightning in a bottle and some greatness that will be coming for another 2 years as Deal will take one more kneel down and the Governors will be on the field. The Empire does strike back. 8 titles in 9 years for the Governors. It is home sweet home in Vermilion. 56-35. The Governors beat the Yankton Bucks and win the 11AA state championship. We will step aside for 1 minute, come back with our post-game show, which will be the awards, and wrap up everything here at the Dakota Dome. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football at KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 1 minute.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in South Dakota who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play. And you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we welcome you back to the highest scoring 11AA 11-man state championship in history. 56-35, the Pierre Governors win it here tonight over the Yankton Bucks. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. As we will have the awards ceremony, we'll have a post-game show, and we will then get you set for hockey coming up next week, Saturday. But handshake line still going on. They'll have the trophy presentation. What an incredible game here for this Pierre Governor team. It was 28-28. Yankton had the opportunity to take the lead at the end of that first half. But the Governors, with the help of a penalty, forced a 3-and-out by Yankton and forced a punt. Shufflebine wisely diving on the punt to at least save some time. There is 6 seconds left, and that Hail Mary to the end zone, short of the end zone, caught by Terwilliger into the end zone for a touchdown to lead 35-28 at halftime. Those big plays wow, it's not always the big plays that make the difference. That was the difference. Yeah. That Hail Mary is the difference, and all the momentum in that locker room for the Pierre Governors to get the win tonight.
Yeah, that play effectively took the wind out of Yankton's sails, and they went into the locker room with their tails between their legs, and the Govs go into the locker room at halftime feeling like $1,000,000, and they came out and continued that into the second half. And it became the Porter Hunsley show in the second half with a monster performance, not only on the ground, but he caught a touchdown as well. And then on defense, played outstanding as well as he has all year. I mean, but you're right. That was the sequence that won this game for the Pierre Governors, was forcing the 3-and-out, the punt, the dive on the ball by Shufflebine at midfield, and the Hail Mary to Terwilliger to end the half.
We'll send it to Joe Van Gore for the award ceremony.
Championship teams, the South Dakota class 11AA football are from Sanford Health, Kyle Coran. From Farmers Union Insurance, Brandon and Price Typro, Wayne Anderson, and Andrew Edward. From the South Dakota Army National Guard, Sergeant First Class Aaron Crispin and Sergeant First Class Aaron Kocher. First of all, fans, the runner-up trophy, finishing with a record of 9-3, Coach Brady Moon and the Yankton High School Bucks.
By the way, it is 10 o'clock at KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station.
Congratulations, Yankton. And now fans, for the South Dakota Class 11 AA Championship Trophy, this team has now won their 9th 11 AA Championship and 8 out of the last 9. Coach Steve Steele and the Pierre. And now fans, since 1981, the Joe Robbie Most Valuable Player Award has been awarded to the most valuable player in each class in every championship. And it's voted on by the media. The Joe Robbie MVP had 23 carries, 171 yards and 4 touchdowns. One reception for 19 yards and a touchdown.
If you didn't hear it and you didn't know, Porter Hunsley won the Joe Robbie MVP award.
Again, your Joe Robbie winner, number 14, Porter Hunsley.
Thank you, Mr. Van Gort.
And fans, each year, the South Dakota High School Football Coaches Association selects an outstanding back, an outstanding lineman from each contest. Representing the Coaches Association is Pat Larson of Mitchell. First of all, the lineman of the game, number 61 from Pierre,
Max Bogenhagen, that was the lineman of the ball game. The senior for the Governors. What an outstanding honor for Bogenhagen.
And the outstanding back of the game. From Pierre, number 14, Porter Hunsley.
Well, the Pierre Governors win their 8th title in 9 years, 9th title overall, all coming since 2013 was the first one. And so the Governors with their 9th title here this year. An incredible game. Porter Hunsley, obviously, once he won the MVP, he knew he was going to be the outstanding back and the best back of the ball game. Max Bogenhagen, a senior for the Governors. Just every single, I mean, you see guys, Blake, and talking about Max Bogenhagen here for just a little bit, you see guys come in as sophomores late in the ball game when the Governors are up by 35, 40 points at the running clock. You see these small freshman and sophomore guys as linemen going, how in the world are they ever going to be at the point of what this Governor team is that current year? And here is Max Bogenhagen. He is a man on that offensive line and defensive line. Now it's going to be who can fill the shoes of Max Bogenhagen, because he was so good this year for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, he was steady Eddie all year long, was Max Bogenhagen, standing 6'3", 260 pounds. It was both him and it was Tucker Ott were the two guys that you thought, okay, those are the two returning linemen that Pierre is going to have. When they come back for this season, they both played as juniors. Tucker goes down, and so really, Max is kind of the lone guy that comes back and plays offensive line. Bryson Wallman also was on that offensive line last year as well. But Max is the guy as a senior that steps into that role, and he was exactly who the Governors needed him to be all season long, not only on the offensive line, but on the defensive line as well. He ate up blocks, made a lot of plays in the run game, and really made it easy for other guys all year to get one-on-one coverage and get into the backfield and make plays. Guys like Max Schmitz, guys like Cooper Terwilliger on the edge. Max is a guy that he's not gonna fill up the stat sheet, but his impact on a game is immeasurable, and that is why he is the most outstanding lineman of the ball game here tonight, and really just an important cog that the Governors are going to miss in that offensive line going forward.
Well, Jaron Deals, we go through the offensive stats, 287 yards, 14 of 20 passing, 3 touchdowns, as he threw one to Carter Schuffelbein, who had 7 catches for 172 yards. He threw one to Cooper Twilliger, which was that Hail Mary at the end of the first half to give the Governors a 35-28 lead. 5 catches of 79 yards. Porter Hunsley's only catch went for a touchdown of 19 yards, and Lincoln Dilges made a catch of 17 yards. That was an 11-play drive, by the way, that went only 21 yards, but took 6 minutes off the clock. Wow. The Governors did to win the ball game, as they had 26 minutes and 35 seconds of time of possession to 21-25 of Yankton. Defensively for the Governors, let me get to, there we go, I can't read the word defense. It was leading the way in tackling Sutton Sunshine, who had 6. Porter Hunsley had 4. 1 pass breakup for Hunsley, an interception for Hudson Stosher, and then tackles for loss, half a tackle for loss for Will Eilers and Max Schmitz, and then 1 each for Logan Whitty and Cooper Twilliger, and then 1 sack for Twilliger as well. And the Governor defense, you felt like, are they going to be able to make a stop? Not just the Governor defense, but is any defense going to be able to make a stop in this ball game? And the Governor defense really, really put the clamp down and put themselves in a spot to win the ball game by their defense. Special teams was huge. The offense was big, but that defense being so stout from the end of the first half through that entire second half, that is a big, big reason why the Governors win this football game.
It is, and I think, comparing the two teams, offensively, both teams can score a whole heck of a lot of points. Special teams unit, both teams actually do a pretty good job on the special team side. I thought the special teams battle was actually won by the Governors tonight because, and I think that all goes back to Jacoby LaRush kicking the ball excellently all night long. But, special teams coming into this game, if you looked at both teams, it was kind of a wash. Really, it was going to come down to, could the Pierre defense stop the Yankton offense? Because the Pierre defense has played exceptionally over the last 5-6 weeks of the season, and they came to play in that second half. The first half, Yankton was kind of moving the ball on them almost at will. As far as the run game, they were able to get some play action going, get receivers going out on the perimeter in one-on-one coverage. And to your point, at the end of the first half was where the tide absolutely flipped. It was when they made that 3-and-out stop, they got the Hail Mary touchdown, and Yankton only scored 7 points the rest of the game. And really, it was on a pass play where Eidsness essentially beat Logan Whitty on the far side of the field for 6, and then they kicked the extra point to make it 7. But really, it was a 60-yard play on a pass. Aside from that one play, the Pierre Governor defense was outstanding in the second half. And to your point, that is the reason why they won this football game, was because that second half defense, led by Coach Dan Maciejczak in the second half, was absolutely on fire. Apart from the one long pass play, outstanding end to the first half from that defense, and start of the entire second half of the defense, and that's what won Pierre this football game, was their defensive effort in that half plus.
Carter Schuffelbein also had a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Tegan LaCroix had an 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. being 28-21 after the first quarter. And again, Yankton had an opportunity to take the lead late in that first half and get the ball to start the second half. Failed to get a first down, gave the Governors an opportunity for one Hail Mary, and they got the score from Cooper Terwilliger on a 51-yard pass from Jaron Deal that almost went 51 yards. Probably did from where Deal was standing. It went 51 yards, but Terwilliger was able to get in the end zone. 35-28 lead at the break, and then the Governors outscore Yankton 21-7 in that second half. If you would have told me at the end of the first quarter it was 28-21, and you said Yankton's going to score, or just one of the two teams, it didn't really matter which team when you had told me, one of the two teams is only going to score 7 points in the second half, I would have laughed at you until the fourth quarter was done.
Yeah.
Because it was all offense, and it was all special teams, and it was zero defense. But Coach Machachak, Dan Machachak, with a outstanding defensive game plan adjustments that were made. Coach Slice that helps them out so much of that defense, the special teams. So much fun to watch this team win their 8th title in the last 9 years and finish the year at 9-3 overall. Yankton also finishes at 9-3, and the Govs avenged their 2 losses in 11AA football this year to win another state championship. 9 titles now, 8 in the last 9 years. An incredible, again, don't take this for granted. Enjoy every single. I hope you've enjoyed every single one of these 8 state championships and 9 overall by the Governors in the last 12 years, because it is at some point it's going to come to an end. But until Steve Steele and this Governor coaching staff find something else to do, they're looking ahead to their number 9th title in 10 years next year already. By the time that they're going to celebrate this weekend, but Monday rolls around, they're going to be looking for another title next year.
They are, and to your point, a lot of the contributors to this group for the Govs are underclassmen. You look at the starting lineups, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, you have 1, 2, 3 seniors.
Yeah.
3. Lincoln Dilgis, senior wide receiver. Colton Cass, senior offensive lineman. Max Bogenhagen, senior offensive lineman. Defensively, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors on defense. Bogenhagen again, Lincoln Schoenhard, Hudson Schaefer, and Aiden Beam, 4 seniors on defense. This is a team that is a young group, and they just put up 56 points in the state championship game. They are going to be a problem, pending health, next year for 11AA, maybe even their 11 AAA opponent, depending upon who they play.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team just build for another year and to continue to reload like they always do. It's amazing to see this team. At some point, you say the reload's got to stop. The Pierre Governors say the reload will stop when we say it stops, because they continue to make great football players. The culture, and Jason Machachak said it, the culture of this Pierre Governor football team is such a winning culture that kids come in. They may not be the best football players when they get to high school, but by the time they leave, we see some absolutely fantastic football players come through the Pierre Governor football program, because they work their tails off when the coaches expect a lot out of them. The coaches get a lot out of them, but they expect a lot out of them. They really hit home the expectation for yourself that you put on yourself, not just from the coaching staff, but you put on yourself, and the willingness to work hard comes from this coaching staff. They're not going to take the credit for it. They're going to talk about the players and how well they work, but the culture that this coaching staff has made, you can't argue that this coaching staff isn't the best in the state.
Oh, 100% is.
X's and O's, all the game planning, the adjustments, doesn't matter what you're talking about. This coaching staff does such a great job all year round, and to get to this point every single year.
Yeah, I was talking with somebody about that at the, coming down here. They were trying to tell me that there was a better, not necessarily that there was a better coaching staff in the state right now, but basically that they were saying they know they're the best in 11AA, but are they the best in the state? And my response was, is there another team that I'm unfamiliar with at the high school level that's gone to the Dome 9 straight times that's better than the Pierre Governor coaching staff? There's not. And it starts at the top. Steve Steele is the best high school football coach in Pierre high school history. He is approaching, all-time status in terms of...
I think he's now one title away from matching the top of the state. I think maybe 2 away from being the head coach of the most winning state championships at this point.
Yeah, and again, not only and he's done that in 9 years. Well, this is his 10th year, but he has built that legacy in a decade. It takes other coaches 30 plus years to build the kind of resume that Steve Steele has built in a decade. It's unbelievable. He is absolutely deserving of all of the awards and accolades that he has coming to him. And again, it's just you really have to be really thankful as a Pierre Governor fan that not only him, but the entirety of the coaching staff is wearing green and white, because we are very, very lucky and very, very blessed to be able to call those guys ours. And going back to the number of titles, tonight...
He ties for number 2.
Pierre ties as far as as a school. They are tied for second in terms of number of state championships with O'Gorman and Winter. The only school that has more state championships in football than Pierre is West Central. That's if you would have told me that 10 years ago,
that Pierre would be number 2.
That Pierre would have 9 state football championships. I'd laugh in your face. The history of Pierre football prior to then was, get to the Dome. There was a few years where they were the better team, especially after the creation of the 11 AAA class. They were here twice, and then they weren't here twice, and one of those was Coach Steele's first year, just when he was building this program. But since the creation of the 11 AAA class, Pierre's been here 2 times. They won, they've been here twice. They won once and lost once. The loss was very similar to last year, an overtime game where the Govs went for 2 and threw a pass into that far corner of the end zone on this near side of the field where the Governors were celebrating earlier, and it was deflected by Yankton, and Yankton won the game by 1 point. From that point on, after the year that Mitchell won the state championship and Pierre was, out in the semifinals after losing to Mitchell that year, it has been a Pierre domination by the Governors. And you quoted a movie earlier because it's kind of been the mantra of this Governor team this year, the Empire Strikes Back, or the Empire Strikes Back, I guess you could say. To quote another superhero movie, the Governors are inevitable at this point. I mean, they just are. It's unbelievable. The other cool thing that I wanted to point out as well was when they announced that Coach Steele and the Governors were the champions, they sent out Aiden Van Balen's younger brother to accept the trophy. And if that does not bring tears to your eyes and chokes you up, you're not a human being. I mean, that was a really, really cool moment for that family, for that young man, for this program, because they knew that this season was about more than just winning another state championship. It was to do it for AVB, and they got the job done.
Absolutely, and what a fantastic win here for the Pierre Governors, 56-35 over the Yankton Bucks here for their 8th title in 9 years, 9th overall as a school. As we will wrap things up here from the Dakota Dome, a 56-35 win for the Pierre Governors over the Yankton Bucks. I want to say thanks to Jen Brazilius back at the station. It's been a fun football season. Been a lot of fun this season, and it's going to be a fun off season to see what this Governor team can do going into the 2026 football season. A reminder, next Saturday and Sunday we've got Hawaii Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, as that'll be coming up here next weekend. I want to say thanks again to Jen Brazilius back at the station. For Blake Dean, John Winkler here signing off. The Pierre Governors 8th title in 9 years. They win it 56-35 as we say so long from the Dakota Dome in Vermilion.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor playoff action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Beck Motors, Branding Iron, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Ferding Electric, River Bottom Sanitation, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, Kruger Climate Systems, First National Bank, and Wagner Auto. Join us throughout the playoffs here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's Sports.